Because I'm bad at counting, Gemma. Hello and welcome to Roll with Advantage 5e. My name is Joe, and I will be your dungeon master this evening. That's me. I'm dungeon master. I'm a master of some dungeons, and we're gonna play some D&D. We're gonna play the Isles of Iverion. Quick announcement before we start: Jamie, who plays Grok, will be here. He's running a little late. He got caught up in traffic, but as soon as he gets here, he's gonna hop in, and we'll get that good grokky stuff going on. As always, with every single stream we do in this place, I'd like to give a big thank you to our artists, Lisa, Gemma, Andy, and PT Dat, two of which are in here. Thank you. Go follow their Instagrams. They're pretty cool. I appreciate them greatly. All right, so let's, no need to dilly-dally here. Let's go ahead and roll the intro and get started. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. So, let's go ahead and dive right in. Picking up where we left off, our group of adventurers, the Forerunners of Fate, had found themselves making their way from the massive capital of Iverion, Ravenrock, to the still fairly large metropolis of Dragon's Bay, a portside city-state, still operating under the confines of the Kingdom of Iverion, but with some freedom of its own to do what it pleases. Oh, do you mean the D&D Beyond thing? Character art, I mean?
I don't know if it's for everybody else, but on the stream, I only see Nalfiana and Eurydice's character art. Grok and Twig are locked out.
Oh, that's odd.
Well, I mean, Grok's not there because Jamie's not in the thing, right? Isn't that
here,
how it works?
Gemma, could you leave and come back in? Or just move to a different.
I apologize.
No, that's okay. It's a good thing to notice. And then
fix. Maybe. Oh.
Well, it was working before we went to the intro.
Oh.
Okay, here, let me try this. I'm back.
Yeah. Oh, am I leaving again? Oh.
You are still not there. Okay, what I'll do then is I'll have to fix it during the break then, because I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, right? Why it's doing that.
I mean, I might try just completely disconnecting and coming back.
Okay, let me also do this.
I don't know if that does anything.
The stream lags, so I won't be able to really tell until it catches up.
Yeah, you gotta wait.
I guess it can.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, never mind. My whole stream's just frozen.
Okay. There we go. So, thank you for pointing that out. Now that technical issue is out of the way, we can pick back up. So, making their way from the capital of Ravenrock to the city-state metropolis that is Dragon's Bay. Like I said, still operating under the confines of the Kingdom of Iverion, but with its own bit of independence. The party making their way to Dragon's Bay, sticking to the coastline in their ship, the Southern Star, captained by Captain Heather Scott, and his crew of ragtag individuals. The journey has been fairly peaceful so far, at least peaceful in terms of other pirates or people that may want to take whatever is on the ship. There's been no real problems thus far, but what has come up is inter-party relations and issues with that. Nalfian making a promise to himself to shut out the other people around him. Consciously making that decision. Eurydice bearing her feelings to Nalfion and then being shot down there shortly after. Also, in terms of Twig, having confronted him about whatever he was saying to her every night before she went to bed, while she was sleeping, Twig confronted him, and Nalfion chose not to give her the truth, only instead to try and change the subject, something that frustrated Twig greatly. In terms of those inter-party relations, things are a little bumpy. But in terms of how people are feeling in general, really, over the past few days, no one can compete with Grok, as he has been on Cloud 9 ever since you all left Raven Rock. Nalfion, you did notice, however, as you all share a cabin, that he did have a little bit of skin flaps where his neck is, gills, as one would call them. So you could see those gills there, and confronted him about it and talked him through that. So, with that, his meeting with Davy Jones, the captain of the Flying Dutchman and the owner of his debt, the journey has been off to a crazy start to Dragon's Bay, and what a better way to be arriving closer to Dragon's Bay than with meeting an actual dragon. A man that all of you had saved many days ago on that island outside of Sandpoint in the Isles, revealed himself to you after being helped by the crew and helped by Eurydice. He was able to retrieve his memory, and he was able to reveal to you his true form. An absolutely massive brass dragon. Probably in the adult to ancient range. A massive form that jumped off of the ship and flew away and told you that in your time of need, should you need anything, he will be there to help if he can. So, that is exactly right where we are picking up. So, in that moment, as all of you are currently sailing, heading towards Dragon's Bay, go ahead and come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. All right, pull all to scene. So as all of you are above deck, watching that massive dragon fly off northeast, you are just blown away and shocked. And you can see that there is a similar thought that is echoed from the person at the helm right now. Jordik, the navigator. As the dragon flies away, you can hear her go, "Huh? What? Ah!" And then you can see her just sort of like yelling and not being able to leave the helm. She like looks over towards where all of you are past the sails and the mast and says, "Are you all okay? Who was that? What just happened? Hello?"
We're fine. It was Jorah, but like he's
Jorah?
apparently a dragon.
Dragon?
Yes, she's gonna run over there instead of like screaming across the deck.
Okay, yeah.
And then like come on. Guy who like lost his memory.
Yeah, I remember
We picked
Jorah.
up.
Yeah.
He's dragon.
Uh-huh.
Don't know what else to tell you apart from that, really. Yeah, I think he's gone to take care of his business. Oh, okay. I wasn't seeing it either. So we're both shocked. He's a dragon.
All right. Okay. Well, I suppose maybe then in the morning, provided you don't think he's going to come back and burn the ship down, I guess in the morning we should tell Captain Scott Oh. Oh.
He seemed friendly. Very appreciative that we helped him. So
Oh,
I
that's
wouldn't
good.
worry about him burning the ship down.
Good.
Yeah, we'll just tell I'll have us gone in the morning.
Yep. Okay. Okay.
Nalfian's gonna like nudge Grok, and he's just gonna say, "Well, I guess it's good to have a friend who has the high ground. Am I right?"
Oh, right, mate.
Nalfian's just gonna give him like a half-hearted smile, and then start walking back to go to bed.
As like soon as Nalfian starts walking down, To's gonna kind of like come up to the side of him.
I noticed you didn't come into the room last night.
Yeah, well, it's late, so I'm gonna go back to bed. Have a good night.
Good night.
He's already gone.
Probably like it's like slow walk, just like stops for a minute, but then just I don't know, just continues on.
Grok walking past you will go, he gets a little moody when he's tired. Wouldn't give it much thought.
Right. Oh, okay.
And then walks past you.
Just continue to back to our room.
Okay. Alrighty. So, with that, the four of you head to sleep. And or in your more meditative trances, for those of you that are of the elvish variety, you head off to sleep inside your cabins, and eventually, well, needless to say, sleep comes peacefully for the most part. Yeah. But Eurydice, as you sleep, you meditate, I should say, you can feel this warmth emanating near you. Not a physical warmth from a candle or a flame, but a feeling, that sort of tinging of hairs just standing up on the back of your neck after being out on a cold day, and that feeling of warmth, what that feels like, that nice, comfortable feeling. Eventually, it turns from that nice, comfortable warmth to a blazing fire. Not burning, especially not to you. Instead, you feel more comfortable. In fact, the hotter, after the moment of aversion to it, you feel better. Having had your eyes closed before and then reopening them, you find yourself in a very familiar place. Bolts of fiery red lightning crashing down in front of you, embers in the air, ruined castles and keeps and stony structures surrounding you, tornadoes of flame. But oddly enough, this time you don't feel as uncomfortable being here. You don't feel at home, but it doesn't feel as alien as it once did. So, as you are sitting there, you stand, you can feel his presence. Except, instead of that fiery being that you had met with on some of the previous interactions and the most recent one when you begin your journey. He comes to you as that alter ego, a man of deep complexion, finely trimmed mustache and goatee, long black hair, in robes of red, burgundy, gold, and black, a ring on each one of his fingers, and a necklace, a gold chain, coming down, holding his cloak together. Uncle Greenleaf, or as you know him to be, Day. He looks to you and smiles. It's good to see you, Eurydice. It has been so long. How are you doing, my dear?
I have been better.
It's good. Well, I guess not really all that good. What's bothering you? What's on your mind?
Kind of like looks at him for a second. Oh, I mean, for a second, these, and she points to her eyes. Fiery red kind of irises.
Oh,
This has been a little concerning.
Yes, it is. That shouldn't be happening. Come here. I'll fix it.
Say I want you to fix it.
Well, my apologies. It seems something has changed in you, Eurydice. The girl that left Sandpoint, only a few weeks ago, would have begged me to change that if that happened. What's so different now?
Learning a few things and how to be more okay, pose with who I am. I have questions for you two. Do. But this isn't the main issue. She kind of points at her eyes. They are a problem, but not the main issue. The main issue, you knew I existed this whole time. You had a hand in my birth. You had all these plans, all these ideas. So you knew I existed. And you must have been watching me or keeping tabs on me in some way to make sure I didn't die in that time or that I eventually found my way to you.
Keep going.
Why did it take you 15 years? Stopped you from coming and getting me at some point for that 15th year?
So, your question is, why did I wait until that moment to come to you?
If my question is, why did you leave me in a hellhole for 15 years?
Well, the answer is complicated and simple. The simple answer is you needed to learn what it is like to live in squalor, to live in destitution, to know what it feels like to be hopeless. Because, Eurydice, whenever you find someone who's hopeless, who is abandoned, a lost cause, a drug addict, in a cave of crystals, what is your first instinct? It's to help them. Do you know why this is? You know what it's like to feel pain, unending, day in, day out, wanting, wishing you had anything else. If I had scooped you up at your birth, placed you in a castle, given you everything you'd ever wanted, a silver spoon, who do you think you would be? Do you think you'd be the person you want to be?
No.
No. Eurydice, your compassion, your care and love is what truly interests me. I owe you answers. I do. And it seems as though you're interested in them. I'd like to give them to you right now. There's so little time for petty squabbling and secrets between the two of us. I kept myself a secret because it was necessary to make sure that you wouldn't go off the deep end or do something ridiculous. It's a hard pill to swallow when you find out the nature of your origin and who I am. So I wanted to try and dull it out in chunks. Better for you to handle that way.
I say that you're wrong, but just thought it was unfair. It is a way. Well, convenient then that I ended up in that situation, if that's what you were trying to teach me.
Well, convenient isn't exactly the right word. It was serendipity, a twist of fate. Definitely not something I had planned because, believe me, Eurydice, for all my scheming and conniving, truly the stars aligned in that moment. And I say that with a heavy heart. In all honesty, I enjoyed your parents quite a bit. They were wonderful people. The others, though, they... I've never understood how mortals can have such contempt and hatred in their hearts. Life's too short to be so angry, so jaded at the world. When you have thousands of years, take all the time you want to be angry, to be cruel and vile. But what, 80? 200? The most 300? Too short of a time to be as vile as they were. I simply, in that moment, gave you the tools you needed to escape one hell so you could return to the one where you belong. Because, Eurydice, my plans for you go further than just that Bianca. Longer than Issen. You deserve answers, and I wish to give them to you. All I need is a promise. And I will give you every truth you've been asking yourself ever since you wound up in my hands all those years ago. One promise.
Please don't ask me to kill another priest.
No. In fact, I'll have you know she's alive and well. Death was never suited for her, at least from my hands. but we'll get to that in a moment. One day, you will learn what it truly means to embrace your blood. Because one day, I will be no more. And I want you to take my place. I know you might be asking yourself, why? Why me? Why a poor girl from a destitute town? The answer's simple. I have limitless cruelty and malice, evil and vileness. But what I lack, and what I can never seem to grasp, is compassion. I try. I have imitations of compassion. But truly, the only time compassion ever comes up is to sway one person, one way or another. But you... Truly, I don't know if it's because you lie to yourself to try and make you feel better, or if you truly feel that way. And I think it's the latter. Think about it. That poor halfling woman. I dangled that in front of your face. So easy. Me being manipulative, of course. Knowing that, well, could I get my servants in that temple and kill her, it would cause a whole mess of issues for me. So, gave a proposition. You think of killing her, and you get what you want. You did it. You took a brief moment to reflect, but then you did it. And then what did you do? The rest of the time in that city, you spent every hour away from your current mission trying to help that woman and right that wrong. And some of my kind would say that is folly, that is weakness, but no. That is a strength, Eurydice. So your promise to me is that one day, when you leave the material plane in one way or another, you study under me to replace me. I don't think it's hard to tell what you'll be inheriting. As he looks around the desolate hellscape around him. Believe me, it's not all bad. You do this, and I will give you the truth of my nature, who I really am.
She walks away for a second. She's gonna go kind of to the balcony. She's gonna look at everything around them and kind of rest her elbows. Something almost funny come to me and said this night ago. Dangling the fact that you can bring my parents back, that I can see them, that you're the only constant that I've had, that this is who I am. I was really starting to believe that she was wrong. All that time. That I couldn't be loved, that the only people who were ever going to love me were my parents. I thought I'd found something other than you. That family, those friends. I thought they loved me. I thought he might toying with me for 3 weeks and then doing whatever the hell that was. I might have said no. I don't need this. I don't need you. If I come here, I can see my parents again, can't I? Or some way I can. If I get powerful enough, I can bring them back. I can see them, and even though I'm here, I can still do some good things. It's not all bad.
Of course. My life, my existence, has been bringing calm to the storm. You would not believe, unchecked, what the people in these 9 realms would be willing to do. People mistake that because one might be evil in alignment, that means they don't do good. Tell me, I'm sure that you in your time, traveling throughout cities, you have met captains of guards. What do those guard captains do?
They arrest people, execute people, prosecute, border.
And they protect. That is what I do. I protect the realms, humans, the Fae, the Shadowfell, from the ever-boiling pot that exists within these 9 hells. If there is not a judge, if there is not a jury, if there's not an executioner, then, well, pardon the pun, but all hell would break loose. So, Eurydice, if balance and law is something you'd like to do, and of course, it's easy enough to see your parents again. When you assume this role, any mortal given this great responsibility, I'm sure would be more than willing, more than capable of making deals with those who exist in Celestia. After all, this isn't a battle of good and evil. This is a battle between bureaucracies. Which red tape can I cross now? What rule can I break that I can atone for later on down the line? This isn't war. It's debate, is all it is. Intimidation, persuasion, diplomacy. The only war that exists is between law and chaos. Good and evil. Anyone who truly believes that is so naive. So, what do you say, my dear?
She stops looking out at that hellscape. Looks at him. When she agreed to the halfling woman, there was not an ounce of certainty in that. But now she looks more certain. And there's like this glint, something like anger or sadness. But she looks at him and she nods, says, Yes. Yes, I accept.
Good. And you can see him smile, and you can feel this burning sensation on the palm of your hand. It is painful, but like I said, it's that warmth, that heat, that feeling that you're now very comfortable with. Where even the burning sensation, as if you're being branded, it feels like nothing. We're now bearing that mark. You now have resistance to fire damage, Eurydice. So
Heck yeah.
I can add that to your character sheet there, real quick. Actually, I already have it pulled up. Alright. So, damage resistances. Fire! There you go. Alright, now resistance to fire. As it burns, you sort of clench your fist. Pain subsides. So, good. You did it. You said yes, and there was confidence there. That's good. So, who am I then? Who will you become? Sadly, I am not what I used to be, and that's just the truth. In my younger days, I was vicious, was aggressive. I wanted more than what I could chew. But now I know who I am and what my purpose is. I've been called many names over the course of history. The Raging Fiend, the Archfiend, the Prince of Evil, the Lord of Lies, the Lord of the Ruby Rod, the Lord of the Ninth, the Lord of Nessus, Supreme Master of the Nine Hells. I much prefer the name Day, as, well, I have trimmed what is no longer necessary. But most know me as Osmodeus. The name was in there the whole time. But as I said, I am not what I used to be. As I said, in my younger days, I was so aggressive. I wanted to break out of the Nine Hells every chance I got, to crush the mortal world under my whim. And you can see the lightning start to crack louder, the tornadoes of fire begin to pick up and then subside. And he says, but now I'm much more calm. I realize that my purpose isn't to bend the will of those that I deem inferior. It's to rule my realm, to maintain law and order. And that is what you will do. And the best part is, Eurydice, the reason I failed so many times is because I would use intimidation and fear to break the hearts of those that opposed me so they would bow to me. A tyrant. But I don't see you doing that. People will flock to you, regardless of the Aranyes, the Hellhound, the Imp, any of them, to a leader so malicious, cutthroat, but as caring and compassionate You will be everything I could never be. And you will thrive. That is my promise to you when it comes to that. But you have much time in front of you. In fact, if you were to try and take my place now, you would be crushed like a bug under a boot. You need to work, grow to be stronger. So should an Erin Yes challenge you to a duel, you can crush her as easily as a bug under a shoe. I will be here whenever you need me. Remember, though, most things are under your control. You have to prove yourself. Should I come every corner, helping you, guiding you, pushing you, well, then it wasn't really you who made the journey. I believe in you, Eurydice. I think that you will do great. And I think you will accomplish this. There still stands the threat of Bianca and Isin, but that will come later. What's more important now is you grow and learn more about that amulet. Might I recommend something in regards to that?
All ears.
Next time you kill someone with flame, attempt to channel them into it. If it is what I think it is, well, you have gotten your hands on a very powerful necromantic artifact. And it may prove to be useful in the most dreadful of times.
Okay.
Anything else for me, my dear? I know that was a lot of information, so if you have questions, I'd be more than happy to answer.
Well, this is a lot. My questions are very small compared to this. This is the ninth. In the lowest part of hell.
Well, not necessarily. Not this part. I have been working on expanding. This?
Expanding?
Yes. You see, in order to be an effective ruler, I can't always depend on subordinates to report what they see fairly, and some have not taken lightly to that. So I've had to, well, retake some lost areas. And you can tell that some might not be as favorable to that. So currently, we are in Avernus, the uppermost layer of the Nine Hells. Nessus is a little far away, but any one of the 9 layers could be your home. And don't get me wrong, my keep in Nessus, I make sure to bring in natural beauty from all around the material plane, so whenever I have guests, they feel welcome.
Rather surprised you get many guests down in Nessus.
You would be surprised. It seems as though every other king or queen, Khan, Sultan, diplomat, and thrall, well, most people want something. And those with enough coin, well, they find their ways in my chambers one way or another. It's just a matter of knowing the right people. And now you are one of those people.
Hey. Hey, that is a lot. I just have one more question. One, and then I think I might need to think.
Very well.
I know you said that you had nothing to do with what happened to my parents. And I believe that. But now knowing all of this, is it my fault?
Those born with extreme powers, as you were, they tend to run into issues along the way of mastering those powers. There have been sorcerers who have burned their master to a crisp by trying to channel something too soon. I do not know for sure, but there is a chance that you did cause that fire. As I said, I do not know for sure, and I would like to reassure you that at the end of the day, it might not matter, provided you can do what you need to do. You could see your parents again. You could restore them to life. They could live in Nessus with you and not know that anything has changed.
Right. Okay. That's the end of that conversation. Do I say thank you? I'm not sure.
You don't need to say.
I guess I thank you.
You are welcome, but do not thank me yet. This journey will be long and hard, and there will be many times where you may want to turn your back, hoping to find something different. But I can promise you, if you stick with it, if you continue to press on, by the end of it, you will not regret it. Love and compassion will be the salvation of this place. As much of an oxymoron as that might seem. Well, if there is nothing else, I will allow you to return to your slumber. Enjoy it, as I have heard the weather in Issa Nalor this time of year is rather unwelcoming. I hope you enjoy the Forest of Fire. You may find a home in there, closer to any that you've ever been in. Farewell, Eurydice, and I look forward to our next meeting. So he smiles, and then provided you don't say anything else, you blink.
Nope.
And when you open your eyes, you are back on the ship and it is maybe 6 a.m. at this point. After having just gotten back to your meditation, having blinked once, opened your eyes in front of day, blinking again, you then open and you're back on the ship. Conversation that almost feels like it was a blink of an eye. You can see that Twig isn't quite stirring yet, but you are alone.
Does she still have the mark on her hand?
Mm-hmm. She does, yeah.
What does the mark look like?
It is a one jagged triangle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oof. Okay.
Upside down so that the point of the triangle is in line with the points of the fingers.
Okay. She's gonna get up, and she's gonna go and gonna go to the deck. Don't really want to hang around in the room with Twig. She's gonna bring her book. She's gonna go read up there away from everyone, and try to just think over.
Sounds good to me. So you head to the bow of the ship, or at least on the quarterdeck. And then with that, everyone else, probably at around maybe 8, 9 a.m., all of the rest of you start to stir. And you know that there are only about maybe 3, 4 more hours until you arrive in Dragon's Bay. So, as all of you wake, you can see that Twig, for one, as you look across to the other side of the room, Eurydice is no longer there. Bed made. She just kind of left.
I mean, she'd probably just assume that she's just gotten up early. Out of anything, I don't think she'd be concerned at all, so... But if it is the final day, just make sure that, like, everything's order. So they can just, I guess, go once they get there.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Alrighty. So then, Twig, just making sure everything's in order. Then for the rest of you, over hopping to the other cabin, Grok and Nalfian, as the two of you wake up. Is there anything in particular you're trying to do today?
Nalfian, no. Honestly, he's probably just gonna stay in his room for the majority of the day. Until they reach Dragon's Bay.
Okay. Alright.
Like, he normally doesn't sleep in this late, but he is just, like, he's probably still asleep at this point.
Okay. And then Grok?
Grok's probably gonna get up and just okay, I mean, Kayla can answer this for me. Is Grok ever awake before Nalfian, like, ever?
No. No. Typically, it's always Nalfian who's up at, like, the crack of dawn, but he's sleeping.
Grok's gonna walk over to Nalfian's bed and kick her. What are you doing?
I thought I was sleeping.
No, you're fucking
And he
sleeping
was like-
for ages. Why are you asleep?
I was tired. And he gives, like, a half-hearted smile.
Fair enough. Did you hit that bottle too hard last night?
Yeah, something like that. Yes.
Alright, mate. It's always leave you be.
No, it's fine. I actually wanted to. He just kind of like gets up and stretches. Because it's obvious he was faking being asleep, but he's just kind of stretching anyway. Just, when we get into Dragon's Bay, what are your thoughts? This thing you talked about yesterday. Are we just going for it, or?
Well, I mean, moment's got to be right, you know what I mean? Can't have the girls knowing. Not to mention, I mean, it's going to be, well, if I know the bloke, and unfortunately I do, it's going to be some dirty business, like.
Well, say less. I'm always ready. But with the girls, maybe we could get them to go get supplies. If we're heading into this forest, it's gonna be a lot of travel. It's gonna be a lot of camping outside.
I mean, I'll be honest now, if it's going to be a bit more than that, I think it's going to be, you might have to hold your breath for quite a while. So, if you're coming with me, we're going to have to sort something about that.
Where the fuck are we going?
Few places, but it's going to end up with us going for a bit of a dip.
Right. Okay, well, fuck it, why not? He's kind of like looking at you, very confused.
Grok's not going to kind of elaborate. He's just going to say, anyway, stop fucking moping, get out of bed, and just fuck off.
Yeah, he'll like, just like rub his eyes for a little bit, and then eventually he'll start getting up and getting dressed.
Okay. So now the Grok leaves. You're left there in the room by yourself. You start to get ready, start to get dressed. And then you go to grab the handle to leave, and you hear a voice. Don't. Not yet, at least. Sort of grip the handle tight. And as you turn around, you see, having not summoned him, Shadow Nelf. Hey there, handsome.
And good morning to you, Sunshine. What do I owe the honor?
Well, you are right. Honor's all yours. I wanted to have a brief conversation with you. Very brief.
Nuffian, like, hasn't let go of the doorknob yet, and is still kind of, like, looking at the door. Alright. Go on, and I'll turn around.
See him stand. Makes no sound when he moves, just wisping wind. I know that was hard. What you're
Not
doing.
at all.
All right. Fine. That's fine. Just remember, Nalfian, I know you really, really well. Don't think I've not had people I cared about that I had to shut out. You know, that Iverion was right.
And what was he so right about?
I'm not just a copy of you. I am a copy of you with a few minor changes. Not just form and good looks. I am a Nalfian who had a few different experiences than you, but Some of them I've still had. I remember being on this ship. Oh. Didn't expect that, did you? They never do.
Where are we going with this?
Well, I know that was hard. Pushing people away that you care about is really difficult.
Get to the point.
I want to reward you. I'm not just some shadow that comes in and out as you please. I'm somebody who's been doing this for a long time. And I know a couple of tricks up my sleeve that may help. Huh? How's that sound?
I'm listening.
There we go. That's the Nalfian I am. So, you were talking to that funny dragonborn the other day. One who yaps in third person.
Miazzo, that one.
Ah, yeah, that guy. Yeah, so he was right, kind of. Except, the problem is, some people, when they try to do what you and I do, they don't have an anchor. Something that hooks them into the place where they belong. Because some people like to look at this, what we have. This timeline. Right? They look at it like a line, like a book. Right? You've read books before. Page after page after page. 1, and then 2, and then 3, and so on and so forth. You know what's different about us, Nalfian? If we wanted to, if you were really, truly willing to embrace what you are, time isn't just a book anymore that you have to flip page by page by page. Time is a bookshelf that you look at. Which book do you want to read today, Nalfian? Do you want to read the book where you're on a ship headed towards Dragon Bay? Or do you want to read the book where you're back there when you were really happy? I know which book you never want to touch. Because that's the book that is our anchor. That's our anchor. That book we don't touch. That book we don't change. Because without it, we're all gone. But you could learn how to step back, put the book away, look at the full shelf. Where do you want to go, huh? Where would you want to go? You know,
I don't believe where this conversation is actually happening. Are you being serious? Or is this some bullshit?
listen, when you hype yourself up in the mirror, do you ever bullshit yourself, Nalfian?
Never.
Then why the fuck would I?
Alright. Show me. How? How do I do this?
Well, it takes practice, it takes time, but a little bit at a time. I'm going to show you a little trick. I want you to try and hit me.
Oh, gladly. And Nalfian will throw a punch.
All right, throw a punch. Roll for an attack. It's unarmed strike.
Okay.
Ha! That's really, you can feel like it's just about to impact directly right where you need it to, but you just, right about as soon as the shadow, or the fist is about to make contact with the shadow, you feel yourself stop and freeze. Shadow now moves out of the way. And then time resumes for you, just a split second after that. The punch swipes through air. How's that for a taste?
Okay. Throw one at me.
All right. You can see him square up just as you did and swing for an attack against you, Nalfian. That is a 22 to hit.
That would hit.
Okay. And then you can feel yourself try and dodge, and you can already see that it's going to make contact, but you stop immediately again. And that wasn't a natural 20, so that's okay. So the swing goes and hits, and you take 4 points of necrotic damage. Crack!
Okay, wait. I'm confused how this works then. Like Kayla's confused.
Yeah, so I was just about to explain it mechanically.
Okay.
But as he swings, it hits you. So, for Nalfian at this point, he could do this once a day, where he could either turn a hit into a miss, or he could attempt to make an attack with advantage.
Nalfian or Shadow Nalfian?
Nalfian.
Or both?
Nalfian is learning how to manipulate time. So you're not freezing them with ice or paralyzing their muscles. You're literally stopping them in time.
Fuck.
So you can either hit them better or make them miss you. You can only do that once a day, though.
Wow. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, I get it. Sorry, I was confused.
That's okay. I
thought it was
just about to
something else.
explain it.
Yeah, no, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah. Got you. Okay, cool.
And believe me, Nalfian, it only gets better from there. But the issue is, can't do it too much. There are these pesky things. They are... Well, they are things that try and make sure that timelines are maintained. There's not too much sway one way or the other. So do that too often and you'll start to get noticed. And believe me, you're good, Nalfian, but I don't think you're good enough yet. So, be wary. Only do it so often. And you'll see that this time magic, Dunamancy, it'll come in handy for you. Really will.
All right. I trust you because you're me. But I meant what I said the other day. I know what choices were made. I know what the anchor is. I appreciate the confirmation. I appreciate this, and you will teach me more. And you're right. Things are getting too close. And I'm going to do everything in my power to change that. But let's make one thing very clear. This is my time. I am in control. Always. Is that understood?
If that's what you want to think, sure.
That's what I know.
All right.
Thanks for the trick. You can go now.
I will. Enjoy. And as if you dismissed him yourself, gone, leaving you alone.
Nothing's gonna pause for a second and look over at the chest at the end of his bed. And then he's gonna go to the bottom of the deck.
Okay.
No, not cross. God, no. And just go down there.
Alrighty. So you can see there's you down there, and then Leah is also down there, but she's just kind of also sticking to the shadows. Not talking to you at all, just being down there. Okay. So, is anybody else doing anything? Twig, are you just staying in bed?
No, I mean, I was gonna say, like, after a little while, she'd kind of leave, and she'd just, she wouldn't think to go down to the bottom of, like, the ship, so she'd just be, you know, going, along, like, the decks of the ship, just trying to, like, find where Nalfian is. Imagine very unsuccessfully.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of, like, asking a couple of people if they've seen him.
Okay, so you ask people on deck, and nobody has seen him. I will say, probably, however, if you make your way like up, and then ask a few people up there, and then back down, you can see a group of three: Alo, Miazzo, and Din, currently just sitting together, eating breakfast. Current place and time, probably almost. Probably close to like 9:30 now. You can see that their breakfast is picked clean. They're just enjoying chatting to one another. Alo is like so entranced by the conversation that they're having. And you can see as you approach, Den notices you and just gives you a small wave and then goes back to his conversation with Miazzo. So it's up to you if you want to interject or not.
Yeah, she'd just kind of, like, go up to the table. She wouldn't want to interrupt, but she'd just say,
Has Nalfian been through here?
Well, that's what Nalfian? Nalfian, I know you weren't trying to be, but I'd like you to just roll a stealth check.
Okay.
Just because he wasn't actively looking for you. Okay. Yeah, 22 now. In all honesty, I don't think I've seen him come out of his room yet today. If he's not there, I would maybe try and find Grok, see if he's with him. I'm sorry, Twig, I haven't seen him.
It's okay. Thanks for the help anyways.
Of course. Oh,
she would...
not that it's necessary any time within the next hour or so, but before we dock, I'd like to talk to everyone. Just briefly, nothing important, just an idea that I had that I wanted to bring up to everyone.
Okay, well, I guess when I find him, we can probably do that.
All right, sounds good to me. I'll be here.
She's just gonna go, she's gonna make her way back to the boys' room. Just kind of knock at the door. Waits for a moment, hearing no answer. Just knocks again. Waits for another moment. And kind of probably after, like, you know, 5 or so minutes, she's gonna go up. She's probably seen that Grok and Yuri are up near the bow. And just go back up to them.
Have either of you seen Nalfian?
As they're currently fishing. yeah, I see that shit.
Yuri's gonna just shout
Her
back.
face probably, like, twists as
I've
she,
seen
like,
him.
sees what's happening.
Where's...
Doesn't look back at all. She's just like, I haven't seen him.
Hold on, Swig. Give us a minute. Right,
What are
point
you
it.
doing?
We're fishing. If Yuri can keep a fucking
Right.
balance, we're fishing.
I'm not hitting anything. Okay? Promise.
Not that fucking stance, you know.
The point of fishing is to kill fish, so I don't see how that's true.
I mean, there's plenty where you just let them go again. Really?
They're actually pretty good. All you need to do, you throw them in a pan, and you eat them, and you spit out the bone, you spit out the bullet.
That's all, why are you fishing? There's food down down with Annie's skull. I mean, I don't see why.
It's
Fun,
not
innit?
pretty, though. You were looking for Nalfian?
Yes.
Oh, he was moping in fucking bed for ages.
Did he leave though? I don't think he's in there now.
Oh, I don't know. I told him stop fucking moping, and I left.
Right. I just can't find him.
Oh, it's
Are you
Nalfian,
sure it was
innit? He's-
moping? There wasn't
he's-
something wrong.
Well, I don't know. I'm normally out. Well, he normally wakes me up. I was out of bed before him.
Okay.
First time I've ever woke up after an elf. Well, or before.
Well, if you see him, could you let me know?
I mean, alright. What do you need him for anyway?
Nothing important.
Well, why are you looking for him then?
No reason.
That doesn't sound true.
Well, it is.
She's just gonna awkwardly just start walking away.
Oi!
Ignoring.
Oi!
Heading back down, back to where the boys' room is.
Oh,
And
fuck.
she's just gonna like, I imagine the doors are unlocked, so she's just gonna open it.
Okay, yeah.
And again, just like see no Nalfian.
Yep.
And so she's just gonna just get in there, and she's just gonna sit on Nalfian's bed and just wait.
Oh. Okay. So you go to the boys' room and you sit on Nalfian's bed. Just kind of plopped, waiting. Nalfian, how long are you staying below deck?
He'd stay down here. He's just doing his like morning workout shit that he, all edge boys do in the darkness down here. So he's just gonna like be down here for like maybe an hour or so, and then make his way back up. But he's not going to his room. He's actually gonna go see Heather Scott.
Okay. So as you do make your way back up, because you do have to go up the ladder here. Yep, right there. Din will stop you as you're passing and go, "Oh, Nalfian. I didn't see you go down there. I will say, Twig was looking for you. She wanted to speak to you about something, and also I wanted to say, not that it needs to happen now, but before we dock, there's something I'd like to talk to everyone about."
All right, then we can get everyone together, have a little conversation. I think we all need to talk and figure out what our plan is going into the city anyway.
Correct. I will say I did see Twig head back down towards the rooms. I don't know.
Is she okay?
She looked a little. I don't know if it. I mean, part of it is just.
Physically, is she injured? Is she hurt?
And you can see Din is sort of struggling to find the words, and Miyatsu says, "Physically, she is fine."
All right. Good morning to both of you gentlemen. I'm gonna go speak to the captain. Din will gather everyone soon, all right?
Hi, Nalfian. As you pass, Alo remarks that quickly to you, as you hadn't said anything to him.
Nalfian will give him a little wink as he goes up the stairs.
Oh, yes. As you head up the stairs. Making your way into the captain's quarters, you can see that there's currently Captain Heather Scott, Cira Rune, and Willow in here. And you can see they're talking back and forth, eating some breakfast, as Willow is just making jokes and telling stories that he would have heard on his travels. But then as soon as you walk in, Heather Scott says, Oh, well, Nalfian, isn't it a pleasure to see you this early in the morning?
Always a pleasure to see me, Heather Scott, I assume.
Yes. So, what can I do you for this fine evening, or fine morning?
I don't want to keep you too long, my friend. I just wanted to update you on a rather fun development. We've made a good friend, it seems. Jorah. Yeah, well, he's a fucking dragon, so thought that'd be fun for you to know.
He's a dragon?
A fucking dragon, yes. You got it. Who knew, am I right? Bronze dragon. He was very thankful for us helping him, but he said there was some matter in a place called Afera he was heading off to, but thought you should know.
No, definitely should know. Wow. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, pretty much our reaction too.
Oh, jeez.
He seemed thankful, and yeah, at the end of the day, it's always good to have a very powerful friend, so.
Well, bronze is good at least.
So they say.
So they say.
Uh,
Any idea
I
of
just
where he
wanted to
was
check in.
headed off to?
Afera, if that rings any bells.
I've been to Afera a time or two. Don't recommend it. Well, if he's going there, well, he is very much out of the way of our mission. So that's good at least.
And that's what brings me here this morning. So when we get to Dragon's Bay, eventually we're going to need to head inland and towards Isla Nalor, and to know if you had contacts in the city. We're definitely going to need horses. It's going to be a bit of a trip.
Yes. Sadly, no contacts in this city for me. I have caused a bit of a trouble in the past for the Tarkarian Trading Company, and, well, they do not tend to like me. They don't shoot me down on sight, but deals are a little bit harder for me to come by. What I can do, though, is I don't exactly know where your journey is taking you after that. I'd be more than happy to meet you at a separate port or wait in Dragon's Bay for you. The choice is yours.
Well, I think I need to speak with everyone before we can really decide on that. Just wanted to check in to see if you had any information on Dragon's Bay before we just walk into the city.
Yes, I can offer you a brief bit of insight, at least in terms of this. The city's a scam. Be careful of what you buy and who you buy it from, because around any corner there's going to be somebody who's trying to make a buck off of an adventurer. No, wannabe adventurer, at least. There will be entry fees to guilds that promise you that you will be able to meet great heroes and be trained underneath them, serve as squires to knights, and ride horses, and all that good stuff. If you get to the outer edges of the city, closer to the gates, there should be a few stables out there that won't try and rob you for every copper and silver you have.
Great, sounds like a lovely place to be.
Oh, the best, truly.
Well, I appreciate your time, but I will be leaving. We'll catch you up on anything we discuss and what our plan is. I think Din wanted to meet with all of us anyway, so...
Of course. If you'd like some privacy, I'd be more than willing to let you use the captain's quarters.
If you don't mind.
Of course. Just whenever you're ready to have the conversation, come here and we'll relocate somewhere.
Right. Appreciate it. And I'll leave.
Not a problem. Okay. So, you head out, and then finishing up your conversation with Captain Heather Scott. Where you heading from there?
He's just gonna kind of like... I feel like he could hear Grok and Eurydice. Whatever the fuck's going on over there.
She's flying.
Oh my god. He's just gonna like lean up against this post right here and just wait.
And she's flying next to the ship. She's drenched because she fell in. But she's flying next to the... Oh my god. Where did he jump?
Are you
Where
trying
did he
to,
go?
Are you trying to jump to catch
Across
her?
the railings. Nah, across...
Oh.
I mean, now that you've gave me that idea.
No! She's like, don't do that. I can just fly above the water. If you go, then that's it. Can't hold you.
Grok, are you trying to jump on
What are you
her?
about? Yeah, definitely now.
Okay.
Now that if she's taunting him like that, he's gonna fucking like full on football tackle leap through the air.
All right, you ready to see? Make a dexterity saving throw. Got to beat a 24.
Motherfucker, no! I can't. I don't think it's possible for me to. I have to get a nat 20.
Gotta get a nat 20. Here you go. Oh, shit! Oh, that was so close.
An absolute tease.
Oh, my goodness. Alrighty. So with that, as you're
No,
flying,
don't do
you try and move up, but Grok tackles you, and you both just splash into the water, and he is an anchor on you, Eurydice. There is no coming up.
She's like, just talking through the water, trying to swim. Does he let her go?
A debt paid.
Hold on.
Must pay the debt.
I cast sink.
No, not myself. No.
PvP. PvP.
I fucking check what Fly does. I might be able to get us out of this.
Oh, God. Yeah, what's your...
Nah, Grok will roll
doesn't
up.
say how much I can
Eventually.
carry.
There's no way you can carry a grok.
No, it'd just be your carry weight, is what it would be.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Which is not Grok.
Yeah. No. Oh, no, 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 no.
Yuri is gonna look at him and be like, "Ugh," and then fly up here, grab a rope, and then like tie it to something so he doesn't get lost in the currents.
Nah, Grok's a great swimmer.
That's true, actually. It's true, actually. She's like impressed with him, I suppose. Like, how are you flying that well? Flying, swimming. Is he just like vibing in the water now?
Yeah. I mean, pretty much.
Really? Oh, okay. Yuri's gonna, keeping in mind that she only has 10 minutes because she would have like read it in her tome. Gonna have a bit of a fly around. She's gonna like go say hi to Sally and whatever.
Oh, Jesus. All right. So you fly up, and Sally's like, huh? Huh? Oh, wow.
Calm down. Down.
Oh, wow.
Spell. Hey.
Yeah. Yeah, and she kind of like looks over the crow's nest. Yeah, it is. How's it? How you doing? Are you?
I'm pretty good. Honestly, feeling pretty great. Yeah. Bit wet. Fell in. You know, not great balance.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't want to really climb back up. So thought, you know what, try this new thing. And yeah, I'm flying.
That's awesome. That's very cool. Yeah, I wished I could fly, but you know, I kind of get to do that up here.
It's very cool. Like right below Nalfian, isn't she? Well, above. She was before he moved.
It was, yeah.
Kind of like glances at him as
Yeah.
he's like walking away. Looks back. Yeah, well, you get to be up here all day. So this is a lovely view. Honestly, very jealous. I only get this for about 10 minutes.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, I'm happy you're having a good time. It's really cool. I was scared at first, but now well, now I just want to learn how to do it.
Maybe stick to the seagulls, I feel, is a much better approach than at this. But you know, maybe one day if we're not super busy on one of the days on the ship, I can help you with this actually. I can do this to other people.
You can what?
Yeah, I can like touch them and cast it. So rather than me flying, they fly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course I want to do that. Huh. Huh. Okay. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, so just like the next time that you have free time on the ship, you will do that?
Yes. Of course I will.
All right. Cool. Cool. Awesome. And you can see she's just giddy at the thought.
Then you can fly around with the seagulls. Oh, actually, that reminds me. I shouldn't stay up here too long. in case I do fall and rather badly injure myself, I will see you around.
Okay. Bye. So you float back down, drifting, and landing on the deck.
Yes. Yeah. Also remembered at some point I need to steal a cookie.
Yes.
And a promise stay low. If I don't, he's gonna hate me. I think we should have the chat first.
Okay. Alrighty. So with that, then all of you are able to move then towards Captain Heather Scott's area. Den does meet you up here. However, there is no sign of Twig.
Okay. One of us should go and get her.
What? Where is she? She was up here fucking shouting about an Alfian. Fucking, being like, oh, where's Nalf? Where's Nalf? And I was like, why are you looking for him? And she was like, oh, no reason. And then fucking ran away. It's that weird. Nalf, why the fuck's she looking for you?
No idea.
Fuck it. She was like, dead like, oh, where is he? Where is he? And it's like, just fucking look for him then.
Raise my eyebrows and
So I
think for a
think she's
second.
looking for you. That's the point I'm making.
Eurydice, maybe you should go find her.
Good idea.
Sure, yeah. I mean, it was you she was looking for, but I'll go find her. She walks past him and down. She's gonna assume she's gonna kind of look around as she's going, but she's gonna assume Twig went to one of the rooms.
As
And she sees
Yuri
she's not
leaves,
in the girls.
Grok will go to Nelfie and say, what was that about?
Figured Twig would respond to Eurydice better than me.
No, I asked about that fucking shit. Why is she looking for you?
I'm not really sure, Grok. I think she's upset that I didn't say anything to her last night, but I was tired and there was a dragon after all.
Fucking bottles to drink, aye.
Too much to drink. I'm sure she'll be fine. She'll get over it.
For what it's worth, and I know that it's not necessarily my place, but it just seemed like she wanted to talk to you about something. It seemed important to her. Knowing kids her age, it probably isn't that important, but it's important to her. But I don't know.
Noted.
Yep. There's a bit of an awkward silence there. As we cut to Eurydice. So as you head downstairs, you knock on your door, or you go to walk into your room, and there's nobody in there.
Okay. I promptly turn around and knock on the boys' door.
I mean, Twig is still just like sitting on his bed, and she's just kind of this for a little while now, just while she's been waiting, hoping that he'd come in eventually. She's just kind of had her head kind of back, looking up, just staring intently, just like, after what Miazzo said that like nobody is supposedly like looking down at her or something. She's just like, just thinking that, if she stares hard enough, maybe she'll be able to see it, but like I don't think there's ever going to be any progress there. More so just like while she had the time. So she hears the knocking. It's going to kind of like jump a little bit.
Now,
Sorry to disappoint you. And she opens the door.
no, it's not disappointing or anything.
It's okay. We were actually about to have a meeting in Heather Scott's quarters. Delphian's up there, actually.
What did Heather Scott want to talk about?
I think it's also whatever Scott wants to talk about as just a general discussion on what's happening.
Oh, okay.
Just gonna kind of get up, pull her out.
Yuri will, like, as they kind of go, like, did you want to talk to Nalfian? Was it about him saying things to you at night? Was that it? Or how he's been acting?
No, it wasn't about anything.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Everything is okay.
Okay. Just gonna leave that one. Like, okay, sure. So we get back to everyone else.
Okay. So with that, all of you make your way back up to the deck and making your way into the captain's quarters. You can see Heather Scott, Willow, and Sierra Rune in there, and he says, "Oh, alrighty. Well, looks like we are being kicked out. There's some food here if you want it. And yeah, if you need anything from any of us, just feel free to come. Shout out. We'll be there in a jiffy, all right?"
Appreciate it.
So with that, the three of them exit. Happy to make the room, and you all are free to move into the captain's quarters for just a little bit of more of a private area to conversate.
Yeah, kind of echoing Grok. Nalfid will just kind of look over and just like, all right, Den, you wanted to talk to us. Is everything okay?
Oh, yes, everything is really fine. It was just a simple logistics thing that I wanted to be sure we were all on the same page on. And you can see, while he's not armored, he is armed, and he pulls out his sword and he sets it on the table and says, I am fine. Sorry, sometimes Grok, it's been a while since I've been on the sea, and sometimes I just zone out a little bit, and I apologize for not responding earlier.
You're right.
But I have a different way of using magic than someone like Twig or Eurydice or Grok. You see, my intellect is the basis of my magical ability, and given the fact that my intellect is the basis of that, I'm always able to learn more. Not just from gifts or something in my blood, it's just something that I have a natural talent with, and something that I've had to study for. While I haven't studied very much while I was in Raven Rock because of Bishop Redimni and him training me with the blade, I was able to work it in. And so, I, from some old tomes that he had, I was able to read of a type of warrior called blade singers that actually are from Bishop Redimni's homeland of Atarashi. And displaying the curved sword on the table, he says, if you look closely on the blade, you can see there are runes etched into it. Where some wizards might have a spell book where they memorize all the runic symbols for their spells, this is where mine are, etched into the blade. Now, the reason I tell you this is because should I be in town and should we need anything, I can always learn more spells. As of right now, I think that I'm pretty alright on what we might need, but there is one spell I was debating on getting. But I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't redundant or that you all thought it'd be a worthy investment. There's a spell that I read about called Sending. And it is a spell that for anyone that I've ever met, I can send them a telepathic message. 25 words only, and they can respond to it, and they can be anywhere in the world. Now, with the studying that I had done before, I was able to get a few things, but those were mostly for my own survival when it came to certain more dangerous things. Like, I'm very excited about this one. Grok, do you happen to have a favorite tankard on you?
Somewhere. Aye.
Or do you not have it on you?
No, I mean, I've used this when I was pretty pissed the other night, and he takes off his like fucking horn of Gondor thing,
Okay.
and like slaps like the end of it like with a cork. I've used this.
Perfect. That will do fine. I can't guarantee how... Well, just let me see it. Hand it to him. He holds it in his hand, and you can see him pick up his blade, and with the butt end of the sword, you can see the runes on the blade begin to glow, all of them, and then it files down to just one. And as he taps it with the butt of his blade, there is this resonating frequency, and you can see sprouting out of the item is 2 little legs and 2 little arms. As Din cast Tiny Servant.
And what exactly does that do?
Well,
Does it dance?
it could if you wanted it to. Grok's tankard, horn dance. And you can see that it just starts to do a little jig. Best it can. On the table.
Mate, that's not fucking normal.
Oh, just wait. Tankard, could you go get Grok a refill? And the tiny servant jumps off the table and exits and is gone for maybe 5 minutes. And you can hear what sounds like Anti-Scar yelling. And then the yelling calms down. And then another 5 minutes later, the horn comes back. Din picks it up, sets it on the table. It's full.
Grok like prods the horn.
Doesn't really react all that much.
I mean, I'll be honest, it's pretty cool, but it's pretty fucking weird. Drinking out of it now, it's been running round.
Oh,
I mean,
no, don't
what if
worry.
it like slaps me or something when I drink it?
Oh no, it won't do that. And if anything, I can just, and you see him, that humming frequency is very, very, very dim, but he places his hand on the blade, the concentration stops, and the legs and arms disappear, and it's just a normal horn now.
Well, I'm sure it could be useful. Time's right. What else you got?
Well, the other thing...
Grok just downs whatever's in the horn.
The other thing is more useful for when we're traveling. I thought since we were going into a forest, it might be nice. There was a famous wizard many, 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 many years ago. His name was Leomund. And he created a spell that allowed one to be trapped inside of a sphere, control the temperature, and not let any creatures in or out that didn't have permission to do so. For example, he's going to cast Leomund's Tiny Hut, centered around all of you. And then peek his head out of the door and say, Captain Heather Scott, could you please come in here? And then walks back. Hopefully he doesn't get mad. And
Better hope.
Captain Heather Scott goes to walk in towards the door, right where the sphere is, and says, yeah, You can hear his hand smack on it from outside. All right. There is a magical barrier. Was this on purpose, or were you snooping where you shouldn't have been? You can see Din kind of cock his head. It was on purpose, and he stops concentrating on the spell. This dismisses it. And Captain Scott is able to walk in and says, was that it, or was there actually a question there?
Now you're good to go. Thanks for stopping by.
All right. Everybody gets
Well,
one.
then I think that's
Everybody gets one.
pretty impressive. And it'll be extremely helpful for where we're going.
Good. And there was another one that I thought of, but that one's really more so just for me. It doesn't exactly help us as a whole, but it would allow me to move from one position to another in a crash of thunder and lightning, and affect any enemies nearby. A spell called Thunderstep. That one's more personal. I don't necessarily need, but it could be handy if I ever got myself in a bad situation. I currently have enough to purchase one or the other, and I was just wondering which one you'd rather me purchase.
Wait, so he has a choice between Thunderstep and those three?
No, he already has those two. The Leoman's Tiny
Oh,
Hut
okay.
and Animate Object. It would be between Thunderstep and Sending. And he's just asking what your opinion is.
Oh, okay.
Kind of towards Sending, but then again, I don't want him to die again. Nearly died.
I mean, if... Does no one else have Sending, I assume?
No.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I've got like an animal messenger thing, but that's like limited and takes time. Like it's not instantaneous.
I don't think I can.
I mean-
That's if the animal will even do it for you.
Not those animals, they probably won't. I think Sending would probably be good, because, like, as long as Din, like, is midline, and
Yeah,
Nelf
as long as
can
he's
work
not in there
out.
with Grok and Nalf completely. We can protect him when he's there, but if he's
Yeah.
like, as long as he's not in the fray like last time, he won't just get like bitched.
Yeah. You vibe with Sending then,
It's
Jamie?
indiscriminate, isn't it?
Say again?
Thunderstep is indiscriminate to who it damages, isn't it?
It is.
It'll just damage everyone and like.
Yep.
Yeah, I vote Sending.
Yeah.
All right. Sending it is then. While we're in town, it shouldn't take me a while. I'm sure that I can just stop in somewhere as we're moving towards the stables to pick that up.
Right. Well, and Heather Scott did say there were a couple staples outside town if we, might be a good idea to travel a little bit, quicker. Which brings me to my next point, and if you've finished.
Yes, that was all.
Figured we should start talking about where we're going and when we get into town, how we approach it, what supplies we need.
Well, we're going into Dragon's Bay, so whilst we're there, we could also find Simon.
We
Do
can
they recognize who Simon
attempt.
is?
Yeah, I remember who Simon is.
Okay. I was wondering if the character did.
Yeah.
Okay. If we can go find Simon. We can need horses. Well, what's the limitations on like that tiny hut thing? Because then we need to worry too much about things.
On Leoman's Tiny Hut, if I recall correctly, it is 9 creatures of medium or smaller size can fit inside the dome. So there are.
Alright, well, it does sound like we're gonna need time in town to locate Simon. Might not be a bad idea to check in somewhere. That way we can give ourselves a day, locate Simon, maybe a day or two, any supplies we think we need. And when he says gives them time, Nelfian kind of like gives like a really short glance to Grok.
Right?
And then
It's
he just
like,
kinda-
or is it too little?
I'm gonna
Nah,
look,
it's
see
not.
if Croc even realizes.
Nah, it wasn't like huge at all. It was just a slight look his way.
Mhm.
Okay, Croc gets up.
Nice.
How do we feel about this plan?
Do we have any idea where Simon may be? I know that on his certificate it said Dragon's Bay, but while you were out, do you happen to know anywhere else? I just asked because Dragon's Bay is quite large.
Nothing, just kind of like looks to Eurydice since she was the one who did a lot of the research.
Croc just blinks.
I mean, I partly look at Twig because Twig
Hmm.
is the one who found
Love
it.
I love the train of blinks, looks this way, looks this way.
Just wait, because he had like he was born with like scales. Yeah, that was a thing.
Scales
He was
on
born
the
with
tail.
scales and he breathed fire.
Yeah.
He breathed like a little bit of fire at some point.
Yeah, he
Well, no, but I'm just thinking the physical.
Yeah.
Well, if he looks different, then I'm sure that we'd be able to find at least someone that's found or seen him.
yeah.
And
if we
so we just need
mention
to
it.
exactly. And well, that could be a way, I guess. I mean, I don't think there'd be many people like him just walking around there.
Yeah.
Good point.
Worst case scenario, I just ask the temple. They probably have heard of him.
I mean, people fucking look at me weird. So they see some fucking kid covered in scales breathing fire. Well, yeah, you're probably right.
very well.
Alright then. Alright, we go into town, find us a place to stay, we ask a couple questions, get some supplies, gather ourselves in maybe 2 days' time? We head out? Maybe sooner?
Well, I mean, we shouldn't need to spend that long there. I don't see it taking more than a day or so to find Simon.
I mean, it's a pretty big fucking city, Twig. You ever been before?
No, but if we find someone that's seen him, then that would narrow it down a lot,
I
wouldn't it?
mean, I wouldn't be so sure. Lots of nooks and crannies in Dragon's Bay, mate.
Right.
I'd say we just roll into town and see what we can find and go from there.
And
Twig, relax, take it easy. We'll be alright.
I know that.
Do I believe Twig?
I mean, she's not like more tentative about things than she is normally.
Just
Like,
the normal level of Twig anxiety.
yeah, it's the normal level of Twig. Like, there's nothing big or anything. Like, genuinely.
Well, alrighty then.
I do just want to ask. I don't mean to sound insensitive, but are we sure that this Simon is important?
No.
I think he deserves to be warned.
What are these fucking with him? What if they've been like, you've got these scales, you're a tough cunt, come with us, fucking fight the rest. And he's like, oh, do you know what? That sounds like a pretty fucking sick idea. And then we turn up and he's like, oh, fucking fire. That sounds pretty shite if you ask me. So, Din's got a point.
If he's like that, then he's a danger to other people, and I wouldn't be too concerned about the fire.
What do you mean, kill him?
I don't think we should be killing anyone.
I think it's a good idea to get information on who he is or where he is and what he knows. Because if these people are looking for him, it's better that he's on our side than theirs. I know the concern. I understand what you're saying, Grok, but it's better we get to him before they do. And if they already have, well then, we kill him.
Isn't he
Alright,
like
fair
12?
enough.
He's 14.
I remember that. Oh, okay, never mind. That's better, I guess.
Hey, I've seen Looper. I know kids can be bad. I've seen Looper.
Exactly.
Man. Anyway.
Well, if we're gonna be there soon, I suggest gathering your things.
I have something I need to do for Alo before we get there.
What's he want?
Cookies.
Cookies? He's a little lad. Does he want
Yes.
like a knife? I've got like a fucking knife somewhere. Do you want a gun?
Oh, no. No, as in I promised him the cookies.
No, not to kill. Just to play with. I've got. Hold on.
No, don't
He
give him a
takes.
knife.
He pulls out a dagger and just starts like sharpening it, like
my
dulling it
God.
against the table. Hold on. Stun as anything.
Oh, I gave him a boat toy that I got in Ravenbrook, so he has that to play with, and then he just wanted a cookie.
Well, now he's
so
got.
I said,
Now he's got a knife as well.
oh,
give him that.
He is 8.
Yeah, I had a knife when I was like 4.
He's. I'm going to wager you're a little bit more. Joe's going. Not mature. The
I'm very mature.
knife table. Just give him the knife, please.
I'm the senior member of this party, I'll have you know.
He doesn't
That
really need a
commands
knife,
some
I guess
respect.
is really the thing.
Well, you never
Sure,
know when you need
doesn't-
a knife.
Alfian. Let's not give the child a knife. Probably already has one. He's on a pirate ship. Not a
I'll
pirate.
have you
Well,
know
we
if
can
he's
have
14.
What did me saying I need to get him a cookie because I promised him one at the start of the trip lead to you giving him a knife?
He's a little lad, isn't he?
Just make sure the knife isn't that sharp, please.
Oh, don't you worry. And Grok's scratching the shit out of Heatherscott's table, just like digging this fucking knife and taking the edge off.
Oh,
I like lean over the
Just
toy.
gonna casually cast mending on that whilst a bit after like Grok has done it.
amazing. Oh, God. Alrighty. So, with that, a decision made. All of you know exactly what you're going to be doing as soon as you get into Dragon's Bay. As soon as Grok leaves, Twig, you mend the table, fixing the scratches. And all of
No. As soon as I see Nalf leaving, like Twig's gonna absolutely try and just like trail him.
Okay.
Like she probably can't because she's just too small, but she's gonna try and like block him to like get him to stop where he's obviously rushing off to.
Are you like standing in his path?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're so annoying.
Hey man, I rolled that 84.
Just gonna go this way if you don't mind. And he's gonna like try to step around.
She'd try and block it.
Are you mad at me?
Why would I be mad at you, Twig?
Oh, well, you seem mad at me. I mean, you've been avoiding me, haven't you? And
No, I've
you
been going
seemed
about-
mad last night. This morning? I don't know. Whatever
No.
3 a.m. counts as.
This is weird. What's going on here?
Twig thinks that I'm upset with her. And I'm not. I'm going about my day.
No, I didn't say he was upset, Twig. I said he was fucking moping. Not upset at you. He's just moping in bed.
I wasn't moping either, Grok.
No, you see, Nalfian wasn't moping. He just wanted to lie in. And Grok just really obviously winks at Nalfian.
Yeah. Just
Well,
wanted
if
to
you're
lie
not
in bed.
mad at me, then why are you always just trying to get away? I mean, can you not just stand for 1 minute without trying to get past me?
Alright. Here I am. He just kind of like claps his hand. You just want me to stand here?
I want you to stop being so you about it, I guess. I mean, if you're mad at me, you can say something.
I'm not mad at you. If you excuse me, I do need to go get my things. And he's gonna step around her.
I'm gonna still try and just trail him.
I mean,
He's
if it was
walking really
about
quickly.
yesterday,
Still trying.
Twig, I don't know
And-
what you're talking about.
Kind of follows him for a little bit longer, just like trying to find what she wants to say, but then just like gives up and stops. And she's just gonna turn around and go to just another part of the ship, trying to like avoid where I imagine Grok and Yuri are also coming down.
Okay.
I mean, she dealt with all her stuff in the morning. She's fine.
Okay. Grok, you're ready to see to the two. You try and say anything to her, or you just kind of let her pass.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. Is Twig like pretty clearly upset?
Oh yeah.
What's wrong, Twig? Don't make me fucking owe you again.
What, me? Huh? I did not catch that.
When he was yelling "oi," I said, "Don't oi." Don't
Oh,
make me
okay.
oi you again.
I mean, has nothing been weird? It's not just me, right? And no, you said it. You said that he's normally up before you, and he wasn't. So there's clearly something wrong, right?
No, he just wanted to lie in.
When has he ever?
Yes. He's been acting
Well,
weird, Twig.
Well, no, he's not. What are you on about?
How you don't notice Grok?
What?
He's been acting fine with you.
No, he's sound with me. He's always sound with me.
He's been acting weird with you too. You would see.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
yes.
right, yeah.
Yes.
How that
Yes.
you can tell me later. If you want.
It's fine. No, it went about as splendidly as you'd imagine it would have gone.
Wait, Grok, you know what happened?
We were fucking fishing, and Yuri comes up being like, "Nalf, gotta talk to you." And then he was like, "Listen, love, I'm fucking fishing." And then she stormed away. Didn't you, Yuri?
He's just gonna give her a little bit of like a concerned sympathy look towards Eurydice.
Oh,
Eurydice looks like pissed. Looks upset.
well,
Honestly, it was the funniest fucking thing. You had an Alfian going, fucking great, great prank.
Frank, what?
Mhm.
Well, has it just been that then, Eurydice?
Apart from the silence and on the ship for the last day or 2 days, then yeah, no, that's
Maybe I was just imagining things. It's fine to ignore it.
I mean, honestly, Twig and Grok's like starting to walk away. He's like, just relax, you know what I mean? Honestly, everything's sound. Don't need to worry. And if you still, need to take your mind off things, show us that game you like. I mean, and Grok goes, "I'm a quick learner," and winks at them both, and then just fucks off down deck.
I guess we could
Trying.
have time for a game then.
Yes, I'll just, I just need to go and grab the thing, Alo, and then we can. Hey, do we have to get Nelfin for it?
Well, I don't see why not. I mean, it'd be a little unfair if one of us is, well, alone and then the other's a pair.
Well, I mean, Nalfion seems like fine being alone, then I don't see Grok having a problem.
Well, I mean, we can just see it if we have time for it anyways. I mean, you all need to get your things in the first place, so...
Yeah. She looks like kind of upset. Like, just after talking about all that stuff, she's like, "Yep, no, I'm gonna go sort everything out. Still here, Sally's up in the crow's nest. Make sure somebody's there so you don't fall if you go up there. Gonna walk away.
Chick's gonna like kind of consider going up to the crow's nest, but then kind of think better of it. And then just after pausing for a moment, not quite sure what she wanted to do, she will actually try and find Miatso again.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Sounds good. So, well, Eurydice, you find Alo, and Twig, you find Miatso.
Because we're going to the same place.
Very awkward. Okay, talk to you later. Oh shit, you're going the same way. Okay.
Walks in the same direction.
Yeah. Alrighty, so you guys head down the stairs together. And you can see Miatso and Alo having a pretty good conversation together. And both of them look to you and just sort of smile. Alo, hi. Miatso just nods, smiling at the both of you.
Who's just gonna like kind of stand there awkwardly looking at Miatso and do like a little cough thing, like hoping he kind of gets her drift.
Yeah, he's wise enough. He just nods and stands and is gonna follow you.
It's hopefully brief, but I was just thinking about things this morning, and... Well, if the aura's just there, right, and if there's a person in it, is there a way to talk to them then?
Well, I suppose Miatso supposes anything is possible, but communing with auras is, well, difficult. As if you
I mean, with Nalfion, I get that there's dunamancy or something involved, but that's still his aura, right? His double thing. And he can talk to him.
Well, it is hard to explain. His is an aura of darkness and shadow in some cases. More so this morning, it seems, but his physical manifestation is different than the aura. The aura looms over him. The shadow itself...
What's his aura, then? I thought his double was the aura.
That is what I had first thought on impression. But...
Are you okay?
I am fine. Miatso's fine. Miatso's fine. it is difficult work, looking at auras, and sometimes I see the wrong thing. In all honesty, for Nalfian, what I think that I have seen is I misjudged how big of a part the shadow was in his life. I do not know to what extent, but at the end of the day, the shadow helps keep you and Eurydice and Grok safe when you are on your journeys. So that is what is important at the end of the day. It is nothing to worry about.
Okay, so then what's his aura?
Well,
You said that they mean something, right? So what does his mean? Well, I mean, no matter what it is, you can tell me.
well, I could, yes, but there are reasons why Miyazo can't.
Well, you've answered everything else before. Why are you suddenly changing your mind on that?
Because there is a lot of reasons why people do things, and this is just one thing that I cannot do.
Why not? Is it that bad?
No, it is not bad at all. It is just,
So then what is it?
it is... Make a persuasion check.
I feel so bad for just breaking it. Hold up.
Miyazo's gonna turn bad after this now. Thanks. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Mine's just gonna implode.
If it's not something bad, then I don't see where the harm would be in knowing it.
Would you follow me, please?
Okay.
And you can see him head just above deck.
They walk past us.
Get out of here.
Yeah, they would walk past you.
All right, now Alfion's gonna make eye contact with Miyazo. And just stare him down.
Okay, make an intimidation check.
Bold to assume it's about you, Nalfian.
Is it though?
You don't know that. Get fucked.
Sounds about right. Your cuteness was too much for him to handle.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. It was a contested roll between the persuasion and the intimidation.
The cute and the grumpy.
The cute and the grumpy. All right, so then Twig, you head up to the quarterdeck with him. Nalvine, you could follow if you wanted to, but that's entirely up to you.
Nah, that's too obvious.
Okay. Get up to the quarterdeck, and Miyazo just looks out over the water. His aura is not bad. Not evil, at least. And it does not put him in any danger. In fact, that aura is protective of him. Overtly so. Where it seems as though any time someone gets too close, the aura grows stronger, clutches him tighter.
What does it mean? So it's like a protection thing? Does that mean auras can actually do something?
Auras themselves cannot do anything. No. They allow people like myself to get an idea of what influences a person has on their life. So for you, that moss-covered keep, that old man, and those black roses, they have influenced your life in some way. That shadow that that follows Nelfian around, that protects him from not just physical harm, but, well, I suppose emotional as well. Something happened between yesterday evening and this morning, or yesterday morning and this morning, where that aura has grown larger. He is holding more back.
So then that means he has been acting weird.
I have not spoken to him yet today. He was pleasant to me when I spoke to him this morning, but I saw what I saw.
So then it's not a good protection then?
I wish I had all of the answers. Truly. Sometimes it is good that people protect themselves from emotional wounds, physical ones, especially.
He hasn't been emotionally or physically wounded in any way, so that doesn't...
Are you sure?
If it's not...
Emotionally? I know
Well,
there
I
have
mean,
been no battles on this
I
ship.
know Eurydice was saying something to him, but I don't think it would be that.
I do not know either. You know Nalfian much better than Miazzo does. So then,
But you can actually see what the aura is, though.
Twig, as I have said before, the aura is not an answer. It is a foggy painting of what may be there. It doesn't tell me the truth. It allows me to interpret what I see. If nothing else, I can promise you, you are safe.
And is he safe then? I mean, if this aura is holding something back, but you specifically said that you shouldn't be holding things back, that if you just go too much into yourself, then that's a bad thing. So the two can't both be the same, right?
Life is a series of contradictions. Things can be right and wrong all at the same time. There is no correct answer. There is no right or wrong. There is just being. I know what I believe, and Miazzo knows that. Miazzo knows that being open to one another is productive and helpful. The bonds you form with people are so valuable. A life without those, to Miazzo, is a life without living. But for some, it is the only way they can live, is to cut off all of those emotions.
Is that what Nalfian's doing then?
I would assume so, yes.
Okay.
Just kind of like stares over the edge of the ship, just like at the water.
It'll mean that he's okay, right? It's not bad for him then?
No. To him at least. To me, in all honesty, Miazzo finds it very sad. As you and Eurydice and even the Grok and the things that I have seen on him, the three of you all have beautiful, caring souls, which is what an Alfian needs. But he will refuse it at every chance he gets, because he's afraid. I can only assume, of course.
Well, I don't mean to take up too much time of your day.
It is okay. I just know that I just know that if it makes you feel better, then it makes me also feel better.
Gives a little smile at that and just goes back to just like staring out at the sea.
Okay. Diggity dope.
I mean, can they see land yet?
Yeah, you've been able to see it all along the coastline, pretty far away.
Oh, okay.
But you're just
Okay,
starting to
okay.
get closer and closer to it as you are heading that way. So you can see that it's pretty blank right now. There was a couple of days ago you did pass this very jagged, rocky coastline, but now it's pretty flat as far as you can see. But you haven't started to see any fishing villages or anything like that yet.
I was probably just kind of like tracking what's happening like over there, like just watching the land kind of change.
Okay, and Miyato will stay up there with you. Alrighty. So, with that, as we cut back to Eurydice getting ready to initiate, Cookie Heist, the sequel to Sandwich Heist. We're gonna go ahead and take a break right there.
Nice.
Oh man. Woo.
Baby.
Holy crap! Yeah. So thank you all so much for
Yeah, very welcome.
tuning in thus far. We'll be back in just a little bit. Gonna go use the restroom, get some water, and then we'll be back. Break time.
These scars long have yearned for your tender kind.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back from the break. Good to have you all back. Let's just go ahead and roll that intro and then dive in. Woo! 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 All right, and we're back. So let's go ahead and dive back in. So, picking up where we left off after quite a few tense conversations on the ship itself, the party is now closing in on Dragon's Bay. Now only an hour or two away. And where we pick up now, we have got Eurydice, who is ready to do some cookie heisting. So, Eurydice, you had found Alo. You had prepared to go into the kitchen to try and steal some cookies. So, as you prepare for the heist, what exactly are you doing? The door is closed right now. You can hear Stratson and Auntie Scar are currently in there doing something, but you don't know aside from that.
I'm gonna sit Alo down, or at least like crouch down with him. Like, okay. So, cookie heist?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so here is my plan, right? You gotta listen carefully. This is where we go over the plan, we make sure everything's good, and then...
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah. What you gonna do? We're gonna go in there. You are going to distract them. You are going to stand the opposite side of the room to where the cookie jar is. And you are going to distract in some way. Yes? Can you do that?
Oh, yeah, I can totally do that. I'm the best distractor.
I believe it. Do that, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to stand just by the doorway, and I am going to use some magic tricks. I'm going to try and get the cookie out the jar without Auntie Scar or Stratson seeing.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Right. If we get caught, run. That is my only advice. Run.
All right. I'll do it. I'll run. Okay.
Faster than you've ever run before, because I would be terrified.
Okay. I got this, though.
Okay. You got this. Look. Okay, look. She takes him by the shoulders. She's like kneeling down, so she's like at his level. It's like, you got this, buddy. Right? You are the captain of the Cookie Monster.
Yes.
This is your heist. Yeah, you've got it.
The Cookie Monster. I can do this. You can see him get this stone cold look in his face. I got this.
Good job, buddy.
All right, so you see, with that, he starts to make his way towards the door.
The music.
Put his hand on the door, not opening it yet, and he looks back to you, nods, opens the door, like swinging it open, and walks in, and Stratson goes, hi, do you need something, Alo? And Alo goes, hey, Auntie Scar, can I go in your room? I'm gonna go in your room. I'm gonna go in here. Oh, look at all this stuff in here. Wow, wow, you got sugar? Oh, I like sugar. Are these pumpkins? What are these? Are these raw chickens? Why do you have raw chickens? And Auntie Scar's like, what? What? No, what are you doing in there? Hey, get out of there. And Stratson's like, okay. And Stratson's gonna leave. And as he's passing you, he goes, I wouldn't go in there, but it's up to you. And just kind of walks past. You can hear them yelling, no, what do you...
Okay.
And he's got, no, but what is the pumpkin? Can I have a pumpkin, please? I like pumpkin seeds a lot. They're really fun. No, you can't. No, ah, ah. She's like just trying to like dodge around inside of her room, inside of the kitchen. She's just trying to like reach and grab him.
Okay. There, I get in there,
Okay,
and I like spot where the cookie jar is because I saw him trying to steal
Yep.
one.
right over here.
I use telekinesis, and
Okay.
I am going to grab a cookie.
So you have to use telekinesis to lift up the lid, set it down next to it, grab a cookie out of there. You got it. Float the cookie back towards you. Let's see if she's able to catch him.
Yep.
Okay, that's a 14 on her athletics check, and that is that's a 5 on his. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, so you can see.
Oh, hello.
Ayla goes, ah, no, ah, abort mission, she's got me in her clutches, no, ah. And Andy's car's like, why are you yelling? Why are you acting this way, Alo? No, I'm caught.
Shit.
You're like floating.
Quiet, you're running.
You're floating the cookie. So now you have a choice. You could either drop the cookie on the ground and put the lid back on, or take the cookie, leave the lid off.
Take the cookie.
You take the cookie, you don't put the lid back on. All right. Sounds good. So with that, Alo and Andy's car come back out, and you are able to take the cookie and run off, and she has no idea you were there. And you can,
Oh, okay. Okay.
you can hear her set him down and go, no, Alo, what was that all about? What are you... And now that he's set down, he goes, ha ha! Your first mistake was putting me down! Ha ha ha! And he runs away.
Okay. I like the moment Halo gets it, I will like run, run up the stairs like past.
He runs around, and Nalfian and Grok, as the two of you are just standing there having a conversation, you can see Alo just kind of like running and seeing the two of you, he just like finger guns you like blam blam, ha ha ha! The cookies are all mine, ha 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 ha! And he runs up the stairs.
I like run past. I'm like, run up after him.
Okay. You see him like he runs and he tucks in between the bow of the ship and this mechanism up here. So he's just hiding there. You can see that like Mackie Charlemagne like see him run up, and then Twig and Miatza both look and see him jump back there, and you can just hear him just laughing to himself as he's back behind the the bow right there.
Like run after him, full sprint. And Eurydice's pretty fast because she's a wood elf. And she like jumps up and like comes like next to him, and then she's gonna like hand him the cookie. Like, we got it.
We got
Got
it.
it. Here you go. Got it.
We did.
Oh, that was so good. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. For a second, I
Like,
thought
did
I
the
was
whole cool escape?
I know. I thought I was gonna be a goner, but then she put me down.
Put you down. Yes, amazing.
Well, as much as I want to eat all of it, I wouldn't have been able to do it without you. And he breaks the cookie in half and hands you half of it.
Oh, my heart. She like takes it. I guess someone she's like, thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
We probably should eat this quick before Auntie Scar finds us.
Oh yeah.
Eat
I'm
the
gonna go
cookie.
hide in a barrel below deck. She shouldn't be able to find me there.
You do that. I might I might just turn invisible or something.
Wow, you're lucky. I wish I could.
Oh wait. Eurydice's gonna turn. She looks like Stratson.
Oh, she's gonna...
No, yeah. Yep, she
Oh!
looks like Stratson.
Oh. Whoa.
It's still me. It's still me. I can just do a trick.
That's awesome. Can you look like me?
Turns into Alo, but like probably a little bit taller because she can only be like a foot taller than him. A foot like shorter than what she is.
That's awesome. Do Captain Heather Scott.
Turn into Heather Scott.
Do Twig.
It turned into Twig.
Twig, you can see Eurydice turn into you.
You don't have to like recast it every time you're doing this.
It's at will because
Well,
of the
it's-
Warlock Invocation.
It's at will.
Oh shit, yeah, never mind.
Could just keep. She turns into like a rune.
Oh! Do Nalfian.
Hesitates and then turns into Nalfian.
Oh, that's so cool.
Mhm. What else?
Turn into Grok.
Oof. Turns into the best Grok that she can do because he's quite a bit bigger.
You
than
look
she.
a little malnourished. Just Grok, like, if Grok shaved off like a foot and like 80 pounds, like, oh, okay, yeah.
Not quite there. It's more like people similar to me, but
Oh,
you get the gist.
Can you oh, do anti-scar.
Turn into Anti-Scar. See? You're convincing.
That's so cool. Man, I want to be able to do that.
Well, you know, it's a magic thing. So in a way, if you work at it and like you learn magic stuff, which some people can do, you can do this.
Is
She
that-
turns back into herself.
Is that how you learned how to do it? By studying? By learning?
In a way, I kind of just have it because of like how I was born and stuff. Some people are just born with magic.
Oh, okay.
You are born with the epic skills of pulling off a cookie heist. Oh,
That's true. And thus begins the journey of Alo turning into an arcane trickster rogue.
oh yes, please.
All right. So with that, he all right. Well, I'm gonna go hide, and I guess I'll see you
Yeah.
later.
Hi, go hide well.
Jumps and he runs away and hides in a barrel.
Good. Okay. Advisable.
Okay.
Walk out casually.
Alrighty. Didn't see Twig just staring at you.
Hi. And then keeps walking.
Hi. But, Miatso, you didn't answer my original question.
And sorry. And that was?
Well, can I talk to it, the aura? Or at least, is it worth trying?
No. Miatso has never tried, but it would be like trying to talk to a painting.
Well, I'm kind of curious to see what all that was about.
Yes.
Just kind of like gesturing towards all that.
Please, go investigate.
Hi.
Just go down track where Eurydice went. Good job.
Okay, she didn't go far. She's on the deck.
Yeah.
Did something happen? Why were you running around with Alo?
Oh, I kind of helped him steal a cookie, and now I think Auntie Scar might be going to kill us. So I thought, yeah, we better run.
Probably a good idea. I think she's a little protective over all that.
Yeah, that's the impression I got. Hence, why the cookie heist rather than just asking for one.
Well, I'll be back in the room, I guess.
Yeah, look, Twig. Alfion has been acting weird.
No,
Not just you.
it's fine. You don't need to say anything.
Yeah, I told him that I liked him.
And it didn't go well, did it?
No, it didn't.
I'm sorry for making you do it.
It's okay. You didn't know any better, really. So... It just didn't go well.
Well, I mean, there was that other man that came to the door in the first place.
Mackie, right? Yeah. You know, I'm still gonna go dancing with him.
As a date?
We'll see how it goes, and then we'll decide on whether it's actually a date or not.
Alright. Well, I think you should probably hide.
Yeah. Yes, it's a good place to just get back to where I was. Actually, do you want to play Kingdoms and Castles?
I mean, we're not that far away from Doc, right? Maybe tonight?
Yeah, if you want to, then tonight we'll play some more Kingdoms and Castles.
Just gonna give like an aggressive nod and then just head back to the room.
Okay. I'm gonna go.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. So the two of you separate. Twig, as you're heading back to the room, you do cross paths with Grok and Alfion.
Wait, they've just been standing here the whole time? Damn.
They've been vibing, man.
Yeah, they're the cool kids in the hallway just standing near the drinking fountain.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, I mean,
Alright.
she just like give like a little nod to them. She's not gonna say anything, just like, you know, acknowledge them and just go back to the room.
Okay. Alrighty. Now, Alfion, Grok, are the two of you doing anything in particular, or are you just hanging out there vibing?
Nothing doesn't have anything to do, so he's just vibing until we get there.
Okay. Alrighty. Sounds good to me. And then Grok, anything for you?
Grok's the same. Grok's just shooting stupid shit with Nalf, I guess. Not really any specific plans.
Okay. Alrighty. Sounds good too. Oh, okay. Alrighty. Okay. So then, as the time gets closer and closer, right about 1:30. Jeez. You can hear a bell ring from above deck, knowing that the city is close now. Knowing you maybe only have a half an hour left to pack up your things before you will be docked in Dragon's Bay. So with that, Din does come back down from upstairs, and passes Nalfion and Grok. And as he passes the two of you, he says, Grok, could I borrow you for just a moment?
Oh, aye. Yeah, no worries. I mean, me and Nalf are just talking shit. He thinks he can stick a fucking apple down someone's throat.
Who's to say I haven't before, but... Go on, Din.
Dirty
Take him away.
bastard.
Thank you.
No, just winks.
Here, I need to pack my things anyway. And and so you and Den head into his room that he shared with Jorah, who is a dragon, no longer there. And he just starts packing his things, and he avoids eye contact with you for the duration of this conversation, but he says, so, Grok, did you ever... How long have you been sailing in Iverion?
A long time.
I know that you might be a well-traveled man, so I'm sure that you don't spend all of your time in Iverion, correct?
No, all over.
All over, okay. I know this might be a lot to ask of you, but about... No, I feel silly asking, but maybe 12 years ago? Do you know if you were in Iverion or not?
Would Croc have been?
I guess it just depends for you what his sort of...
I mean, I was assuming Grok was just pretty much bamfing wherever there was piracy going on. Like, wherever there was ships to be raided and doing whatever he wants.
Yeah.
So literally wherever there's stuff to steal.
Okay. So I'll leave it up to you, whether you think he would have been here or not 12 years ago.
I mean, dates are foggy, but I mean, I've probably passed through here about 12 years ago. I don't know how long I stayed, you know. Places start to look the same.
Did you ever raid ships near Sandpoint?
Croc just blinks and goes, "Why did you ask that?"
No reason. No reason. I just, there's something that I'm tracking down. An item of a sort that would have been taken from a cargo ship around that time. And I can tell from the tattoos that you might have had a more nefarious past, and that's something that I'm willing to look past. In fact, something I'm happy to have access to now. I don't remember.
I mean, what is it?
It was a ring of sorts. I know it sounds silly to care so much about just a piece of jewelry, but it means a lot to me. And I was just...
No, trust me, I get it, mate. My fucking ship's just a hunk of wood, but still mine.
Exactly. But I'm sure that even if you were here that long ago, that a ring wouldn't have stood out to you at all.
I mean, depends on the ring, doesn't it?
Well, it was a gold ring set with a very small ruby. And etched into the ring was a crow etched into the gold.
A crow? Like a bird?
Wing spread.
I mean, I think if I'd seen something like that, I'd recognise it, but I mean, I can ask about, you know, plenty of faces and plenty of places that I know to ask about shit like that. I mean, loads of nooks and crannies in every city you go. Do you know what I mean? So
Yes.
I can have an ask about.
I don't know if it would help, but I do remember seeing, reading about the sails that were on the ship, the pirate ship that attacked.
Go on.
They were a deep burgundy color, and they had 3 white stripes cutting down the middle. For
Does Grok
Yes.
recognize that?
Now this is a personal question for Grok, because it would depend on how well he would know it. Would Iverion be his like main squeeze in terms of where he would be most of the time, or was he really split everywhere?
I wouldn't say it was necessarily his main squeeze. It would be literally so similar to how in Afera we were talking to like the archipelago, wherever was like particularly probably booming at the time, they would have made their main focuses in those areas. So if Iverion was doing pretty well at a certain period, Grok would have been there. If it wasn't, he'd have fucked off to the archipelago or something.
Okay. Okay, so then I think at about that point, yeah, trade would have been really good in Iverion. So then you would know, because it's a spot of infamy for pirates. Typically, a lot of pirates take pride in their names and their titles and the plunders they take. But there were a string of attacks done on ships out of Sandpoint that were done by a pirate captain bearing those sails, the deep burgundy with 3 white stripes on it. The captain was never named. They never proclaimed their victory. Just over the span of, maybe 20 years about, it was just like clockwork. Ships would be destroyed, they'd be sunk, and then they would disappear. Till time later, they would do the same thing. And ever since, probably maybe 12, 15 years ago, haven't been seen since.
And did, other than the unknown captain, did he ever know that their name, or were they just unnamed? The only thing people knew about them were these sails, and that was it.
It was the sails, and that they only attacked ships coming from Sandpoint. Like leaving Sandpoint, I mean.
Okay. I mean, I've heard of him, but
You have?
it's hard not to if you know the right people, but there's not much to know about them lot, other than they had a thing against Sandpoint. I mean, even if the trade was good, in other places, because it was alright in other places, but they had a thing for fucking Sandpoint, I can tell you that much. And most, sailors, if they sink a ship, they like to, they're not going to be quiet about it. They get a nice load of plunder, ship goes to the bottom, they're going to be singing about it, getting rowdy. But not these lot. The rumour was, I don't know how old you were, I don't know if you're a wee lad back then, but every so often, they come up to Sandpoint, fuck a ship off to the locker, fuck off for a bit, do it again. But that's a fair bit ago now. but no one ever knew the captain. Just those sails. They're a bit infamous, to be fair, because no one fucking knows about them. Which, you know, for sailors, it's unheard of, that.
Well, thank you for the information, Grok.
I'll ask about. Listen, you know, you're one of us now. Anyone comes near you with you know, your humming, vibrating sword, I'll fucking smash them. I'm not asked. But you want this ring? I'll find it for you. I'll find someone to help us. I'm not bothered, mate. You one of us?
Thank you, Grok. I just need a moment alone, if that's all right. Thank you so much for your information. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, right. And even if he looks sad, Grok's just fucking oblivious, and Grok will like ruffle his hair and just walk out.
He does laugh at that, and sort of straightens it a little bit. And you can just hear him exhale as you leave and shut the door. Okay. So, with that, eventually, probably another, like I said, 15 minutes passes after that. 2 p.m. arrives, and with that, any of you who head up on deck, you can see approaching in the distance is the city of Dragon's Bay. So, coming up in the distance, you can see the sprawling cityscape in front of you. You can see the bright orange and yellow and red leaves flowing from Isinalor, breezing past the city. The massive spires sprawling out of the city, but you can also see that some of these spires are not destroyed, not broken, but melted, as if they were like ice cream melted on a warm day. Like Dragonfire, yeah. And it is odd. None of the city buildings seem that way, just some of the tallest spires are like that. And you begin to bring yourselves up, and you can see that there is a narrow entryway into the dock. And you can see with that, Captain Heather Scott comes out and says, "All right, so here we are, Dragon's Bay. Now, we do not stop here often, and that is for a very good reason." As you can see now, the rest of the crew is sort of gathered around him. "We do not stop here because this place is a scam. Do I make myself clear? Any of you who want to go out, you will either be accompanied by Sira Rune, myself, or Lamley. Do I make myself perfectly clear?" You can see all of them kind of groan and kind of moan and groan along with him. It says, no, repeat after me. "I will not leave." And he gets them to go through the whole thing. Good. All right. So, the only ones who are permitted to leave without my assistant, Sirarun or Lamley, are those 5 over there. All right? You 5, if you need anything from me before you head in, just say so, and I will make sure that it's done to the best of my ability. All right. So, we're going to stop here. We're going to get supplies. And then we will be heading out. We might go somewhere else, but I can tell you we are not staying anywhere in this town. All right? All right. Good. Back to your positions. You 5, if you could speak to me momentarily. And with that, he heads back into his captain's quarters. And as all of you enter, you know that it's going to be a bit of a process getting everything hooked up and set up inside Dragon's Bay in terms of paying all the fees and all that. But Sarah Rune would take care of all that while Captain Heather Scott is talking to you. So, you can see that as you enter, he asks for whoever comes in last to shut the door behind him. And he says, all right, so what's the plan? I know that you're heading into Isinalor. I know that there are some issues there, but after that, what are you doing?
Well, I know we have some business in town actually first to take care of. After that, we'll be heading in, and to be honest with you, I'm not too sure. We have a couple of leads, but hell, that could take days, weeks. But Din here has a way to communicate with you if we need to. Isn't that right, Din?
Well, hopefully I will have it, after we go into Dragon's Bay. I'll have to purchase the scroll.
Nah,
here, but-
you'll be sound.
We'll take care of it.
All right. So you head into Isinalor, and then you solve the issue, and then you come back to Dragon's Bay? Is that what I'm getting?
I mean, sounds about right. We take care of the issue. We regain the flower. Hopefully, maybe we can figure out more information on this watcher on the wall, and yeah, we'll head back.
All right.
If we run into trouble, we will let you know.
I'm not worried about you running into trouble. I just need to know if I need to head somewhere else. I know
Oh.
that there are a lot of places you need to go to, and you might be closer to them if you're near Highland Pass than if we go all the way around to Wexany or Vidalca. Tarkir's pretty landlocked on the inside.
Alfian will look at Grok because he does not know this area at all.
Yeah, I'll pull everybody here. What?
Or not.
Did you guys all get the same notification?
Like error?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Alrighty. That's
We'll
great.
not be going to that map.
What about this one? Yep. Okay. What about this one? Okay, this one's fine.
Why is there a circle there?
Okay. Here's this one. Well, all right. Pull all to scene. What? Canvas drawing failed. The token layer. See console for more details. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Good.
Console, please.
I just wanted for you guys to be able to see the, like, where all the stuff is. Like, all the different cultist locations.
Yeah.
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 That's what I really wanted you to be able to see, because this is the map that it's on. Okay. Oh, man. All right. Okay, here's what I need to do just real quick. Give me one hot second. Tarkir. Map. Jesus. All right. Tarkir territory. Select. Sorry for the... Man, if... Afera truly, doesn't seem to get the worst of it. Seems like they are also getting above 50. Hey, yo, 93. Look at that. All right, so this is gonna be a little gross looking, but in the meantime, what?
Happened.
Oh, no.
This is
Wait, is this the what was the map? Because it still has the drawing.
yeah, the drawing's still there. What in the world?
Okay.
Oh.
Okay,
it's
okay,
fucking
well-
cursed.
That's
No.
that's Highland Pass there, right? Vidalca's like there.
Wait. Okay, so what we remember, the Watcher on the Wall is in Highland Pass, right? Like that was
Yes.
what was said before. Okay,
Oh.
so where is it close enough for Heather Scott to meet us if we're gonna go to Highland Pass after we leave Islandalore? Is it easier for him to stay where he's at, or to kind of go farther south
Well,
while you work this out?
it would be probably easier for him to... I mean, the issue is the longer he stays in Dragon's Bay, it's going to be really, really, really expensive. That's the only downside.
But weren't they saying that they could stay at like a nearby port, like
Yeah, like a nearby
whilst we're
fishing
doing
village,
whatever
yeah.
we're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, like, once we like are heading back and would need them, like probably like a day out, we'd probably be able to just like send a message through sending, and they can get themselves sorted, right?
Yeah. Man, this is bullshit. So this one works, but the map of Tarkir/Iverion does not. What? Canvas drawing failed for the.
Joe, it's okay. I think we know what we're gonna do. We're just gonna like. I feel like it's a little hard for us to give him exact instructions until we get in there. You know.
Yeah. Well, it's just that the only reason I said that is because there are like there's the Watcher on the Wall in Highland Pass, but then there's also okay, can I
And I feel like no matter what, because we've got sending, it's irrelevant because it's going to take us longer by land to get to places than it will the ship. So like, you know, if we decide, okay, we want to go to this other place, which is like by the coast and accessible by ship, we can just like just send them a message, and then you know, can swing around, pick us up.
Okay, so if you go to the Tarkir/Iverion noble houses map, if you're able to go there.
There's nothing on
there.
Maybe move to the world map and then move back. Because the only reason
it's still.
I say that is because
Yeah, it's working.
I mean, I can see it on the stream, so I'll just refresh.
I just want to show you where the cultist cells are down south, so you have an idea. Because the issue is all of the other ones, except for one, are landlocked in Tarkir.
Mm-hmm.
And then the artifacts
So
are...
it seems like he just needs to go hang out at that fishing village then, if it's going to be too expensive for him here. Like, I understand what you're saying, but I still think I don't know, like, I feel like we just kind of have to go and just see what happens.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. So
A little bit.
The intent is to have him stay around this area, and then after you deal with the Watcher on the Wall, go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sick.
I know that seemed like he's probably like meh about, you know, sitting in place, but like he's right. This is really landlocked, so there's really not much he can do but twiddle his thumbs for a little bit. And if it's costing him to stay here, just head south a bit. And like we have ways of contacting him, so it's no big deal.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So.
Are you speaking? Oh, there you are.
Very well. That is what we will do then. We will go to a nearby fishing village, see if there's any help we can give them. Might be having some issues with monsters or something like that, and we can try and aid them there. Make a little bit of coin, and then wait for a response from you. All right. Now, I will also say if there's anything you want us to accomplish in Dragon's Bay, we can do that. I can send myself or Sierra Rune or even Lamley to search for something or anything you might need while you're away, if you feel as though the flower is a more pressing issue.
Well, we are looking for someone.
I mean, we're looking for someone, and it depends how me, Neil, you're willing to do things. I mean, have we got a budget from, you know, the honourable Lord of Salt Point? Because if we have, I'm dipping into that budget, like.
Yes.
That's a long pause. Oh, shit, you're alright then?
It just depends what you all need, if there's something that
Bullets and cannonballs.
I'm sure that could be reimbursed. I don't have any of the coin on me now, but provided you keep track of what you spent, there might be some reimbursement there.
Easy.
So,
I mean, like Nalf said though, I mean, he looks at the rest of them, he's like, they can help have a look, can't they? You know,
Yeah, they
for
could try
Simon.
and help us find it.
So you're looking for someone.
Yes,
Simon,
looking
some
for a
kid,
kid.
yeah.
Okay.
At least he's not just any kid. He has dragon scales, the tail,
And a
and
tail.
he can breathe fire.
Oh wow.
But he's not, one of those, what are they called?
Dragon.
Dragon kids.
Close enough. Yeah, he's not. Something was weird, slash wrong, slash weird. And we're just trying to find him.
Also, if we could keep it quiet that we're looking for him. Not that I assume any of your friends here make a lot of noise, but we don't want everyone to know that we are looking for him because there may be others looking for him.
Gotcha. Understand. Very well. We can do that then. I will have Sirarun, Miatso, and Lotus. And I'll have those three look around, search for him, and if they find him, see that he's safe and sound, and if he's not, would you like us to bring him back on the ship?
Well, yes. If there's something, if you find him and he seems fine, and everything's fine, maybe just a warning would be good. We basically, these cultists have been looking
No,
children.
no, wrong word. Scary people. Aye.
Scary people been looking for children born with certain abnormalities and powers, and we fear they might end up tracking down this kid. So even if he's fine now, maybe just warn them about it.
All right. We can see it done. We'll do that in Dragon's Bay, and then if Din does get a hold of this sending spell, first chance of communication we get, I will let you know what happens.
All right, sounds good to me.
He's 14, by the way. That should help you narrow it down.
14. Dragon scales and a tail. Name is Simon. Got it. All right.
Well, you know any good taverns in town if we need to stay for longer than a day?
In all honesty, most of them are pretty overpriced, but if you absolutely need to stay in one and you can't just purchase your supplies and then camp outside, which is what I recommend, the longer you're in here, the more money they suck out of you. I will say that the Rainy Pigeon, located on the outside of the city gates, I would say that's probably the best place.
All right, well, I guess we'll figure that out on the way, and appreciate
Oh,
it.
you're not been here before now. City's full of fucking soft lads, this place.
No, I never traveled this far south.
Fucking soft lads and dandies with the fucking carriages and loads of money. Fucking knobheads.
Oh, I can't wait. Well, Scott, if that's it, sounds like we have a date with a bunch of soft lads to get to.
That, indeed, you do. You thought I was a soft lad when you first met me. Just wait until you meet some of the assholes in this city. God, makes my skin crawl. Well, best of luck to you, and, well, whatever you find, whatever you're looking for in Isinalor, I hope you find it. Just keep us updated, and whenever you find something out, we will be there at your note.
Nalfin will just nod and get up to head off.
Okay.
He would have his stuff, like, whatever he needed. No. Since we're not going to be back on the boat for some time, I can only assume.
Alrighty. So, everybody else, good to go? No other final business on the ship?
Say bye
As
to
I.
everyone.
Oop.
Uh,
Sorry.
I was waiting for the part.
Grok's not sure how long to stay in, whether it's on the ship or finding a place, so he's grabbing his chest.
Okay. Alrighty.
If Nalfian sees me Miato before we go, he's not gonna say anything. He's just gonna like stare daggers into him.
Oh.
Make an intimidation check. Well, no. Never mind. He will... He looks at you very sad. Not afraid, just sad.
That annoys Nalfian more. But
Kind of like
I'll
he
just keep walking.
disappointed you and he knows it. That's more so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay. Alrighty. We'll remember this. Alright. So, with that, as all of you are grabbing your things, Nalfian and Grok, Din kind of comes into your room and closes the door behind him. And you can see he has his bag on, all of his stuff packed, and...
You good, mate?
I have a very important question for all of you. For the two of you.
Alright.
I have been having a bit of a rough day today, and I was zoning out when we were talking to Heather Scott. But Grok, you mentioned something. About who you're working for.
Yeah.
And I need you to answer very carefully. Who are you working for?
Lord Bartold. Why?
Did I miss something?
You can see his jaw tense slightly.
Then what's the problem? I fail to understand. You know who we're working for. We told you from the first day we met you.
No.
Nothing's changed.
No, you didn't. You said you were investigating these activities. You had the seal of the king. You were working for the king. That's what you said. That's
well,
what you showed
Bartold
me.
is. Well, Bartold, isn't he a man of the king? I'm confused.
Well, yes, but there's a big difference between
lord.
working for Lord Bartold and working for the king. There's a very, very big difference to some people.
Din. Calm down. Like I said just a minute ago, we're all mates.
I will not
What's...
be calm.
No! Din. Mate, chill out. What's wrong? Like, Grok just drops his chest and, like, takes his anchor off. He's like, mate, what's wrong?
We're in our rooms. Can we like hear all the shouting?
You can hear him yelling for sure.
Probably like try and see what
the
that's
girls.
about. At least like listen into it.
Yuri's just gonna like go up to the door.
Oh, never mind. If Yuri's going, Twitch's going.
Yuri's just going. She's just gonna open the door. Like, what in the world is happening in here?
No, I'm sorry, but I can't do this anymore. This is where we go.
And I'm gonna have to ask Din. Do not move.
What did you guys say?
Din, relax.
Calm down. What's wrong?
Yuri, if you're gonna come in and shut the door. Din,
Come in.
breathe, and tell us what is going on. We are your friends. We have Spilled
Friends,
much blood together.
Friends.
We
No,
tried.
no, you're not. No, he sent you. He sent you because he finally found out that I'm sorry. I need to go.
No.
I need to. And he
What
tries
did
to
you say?
push his way out of the room past Eurydice and
Right.
Tink.
Right.
No. Yeah, fuck no.
Okay.
Cast
wait.
hold person on him.
Oh shit.
No, you
Is anyone gonna say
fucking
what's
don't. If,
happening here?
if Grok sees you cast like making that like fucking actions, Grok will punch you.
Oh Jesus.
What? Why?
Grok is not letting you fucking cast a spell on Din.
Nelfian
Not
was
a
right
fucking
next
chance.
to Din. Can he grab him? Like, Nelfian was right next to him.
Yeah,
Can Nelfian grab
Grok
Din?
and Alfian were right next to him. You two could both easily grab
Okay.
him. Yeah, the two of you combined.
Yeah.
I mean, Din is strong, but your powers combined,
Yeah.
it's a little too much for him. Okay.
Great.
so-
Nelfian's gonna have Grok, like, sit him down on the bed, and Nelfian's gonna squat in front of him. Look, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but we weren't sent after you at all, Din. It was mere coincidence, serendipity, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But look, we aren't working for him because we're sent out to find you. We told you what our fucking job here was. We haven't been fucking dishonest about that. So whatever's going on, tell us so we can fix the problem.
No, listen. This isn't no. This ain't no, good God, bad God shit. But I'm sure the rest won't agree, but Ding, you don't have to tell us shit. Because I'm your fucking mate, right? You don't have to tell me anything. But listen, like I said, I'm your mate. You can tell us if you want, I'm not fucked. But I'm here doing my thing, but at the end of the day, I'm going to fucking help you, I'm going to find that ring. But I'm your mate.
What is all this
And
about?
no one's gonna fucking hurt you, whether it's us, Lord Bartold, or he says that. So I don't know if that clue's twigging, but he'll say that. Lord Bartold or anyone else.
What's wrong
I'm
with
your
what,
mate.
Butthole? Something happened?
You can sit in here. I'm not gonna listen. Then I'm not gonna hold you, but I'm not just gonna let you walk away. I can take you for a drink. I'm not asked. You tell me, but I'm not gonna let you just walk away like this. Not after I know what's happened to you. I'm here for you, mate. I'm not gonna let anyone hurt you.
Make a persuasion check, Grok.
Fucking hell.
Advantage because Nelfian's there?
Yeah, with
Yeah!
advantage. With
And
advantage.
Nelfian wasn't threatening him.
No,
He's just
yeah,
like, dude,
no.
what the fuck? Yeah,
No, I
like...
get it. Yeah, I mean, you guys, actions speak louder than words. Okay.
Hey, he got it the first time anyway. It's all good.
And you just see Din just sort of like all of that tension just sort of leaves his body, and he just kind of collapses over on just sort of sitting down, so his head is in between his knees. His hair is just like completely frayed and a mess, and his armor is all messed up and weapons scattered across the floor.
All right, if you know what, if you don't want to tell us, I'll bite with Grok. But
I just
I don't think we've.
understand.
Go on.
I just don't understand.
You don't have to tell us shite. If you don't want to, I'm not gonna make you, mate. Don't fucking.
Wait, no, if
You don't
there's
have to
something
tell us
about
anything.
Lord Butthole, we should know. I should know.
No, not right now. Give him a fucking minute. He's clearly stressed. Give him a fucking minute.
And you see, he takes a few moments to sort of compose himself, and like begins to pull his hair back and straighten out everything. He stays sitting. I just don't know why he didn't want any of us. That's all. All of my brothers, they all... And I thought I would be the one to find them. Then the ship was attacked, and I remember seeing those sails. The sails.
You're not. You? That doesn't make any sense.
I'm fucking lost.
There's a crew of pirates about 12 years or so. 15
Big just like out of
maybe,
nowhere, just like she's just gonna go up and she's gonna hug Din.
that used to they used to sink ships off of Sandpoint, but only Sandpoint. Didn't brag about it. Just sank ships across Sandpoint. Weren't in it for the loot either. Not really. I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. No one knows. No one knows the captain. Just a burgundy sail with 3 white stripes, and they used to sink ships. But no one knows him. At least I don't know the captain. I know a lot of fucking people like that.
And you can... He's just hugging you still, Twig. And he lets go and says, looks to all of you, and says, My real name is Brandon Barthold, and I am the youngest
Eh?
and last living son of Lord Barthold of Sandpoint.
Wait, does that mean the others are gone?
I assume so, yes.
And why did you never say anything then?
Because I didn't know who you were working for.
That doesn't matter, not to us. But why did you never send word back home?
I went back home a few months after it happened. I went into the keep. My father called the guards on me. I ran. Stowawayed on a ship, and then I was living in the slums in Raven Rock. Bishop Redimny found me. He gave me a job, and he raised me up.
That's not fair. Maybe the Lord did those things, but yeah, that would never. I mean, she's been.
My mother didn't
She's.
know.
Why didn't you send word to her? I mean, she's not like him. She would have. She deserves to at least have known.
I didn't want to put her in any danger.
Why would she be in danger?
Wait, are you saying we... What's going on?
If you get this sending thing, you have to tell her. Can you promise me that?
And He looks at you, and you see him start to open his mouth. I can't promise that. I'm afraid it would only break her heart more.
Well, I think it's already broken enough. I mean, you could at least say something, and if you're not, I'm certainly going to. She deserves to know.
Also, is she in danger, Din? Brandon? Oh,
No, never. Never.
then why the fuck is he doing this to his own children?
I don't
I mean,
know.
we're not in the fucking Underdark, friends. I don't know what kind of bullshit goes on around here, but I thought it was different.
No, and I
You
don't
mean
know.
people can't exist?
I don't know. That's why I went back. I tried to find something.
Did he recognize you? Did he not?
I don't know. It had only been a month, maybe 2, the most. I looked different. I went in and I kept trying to tell him, Dad, it's me. It's Brandon, it's me. I'm back. I lived. But he just kept yelling, assassin, thief, beggar, guards. I heard them and coming, and I just ran. He had to have known it was me. He had to have. It's not like it was years. It's not like he saw me now. It was a few months.
Well then,
What?
You know there are spells that can do this. Can make people forget.
No. Listen.
17 times?
Exactly.
I think it would have been
Exactly.
magic.
Listen. None of that matters right now. Then, what do you want to do? What do you want us to do?
I need time to think. But what I do know is that I came here with all of you to do this. And those people, they attacked me in those archives. They found my birth certificate. They read what was on it, and they tried to take me. And I didn't let them. So for now, these people are the bigger issue. My brothers have been dead for this point, what, 14 years? So for now, I'd like to focus on the mission at hand. And then,
Fine.
yes.
Then nothing else. You think about it. I'm gonna find that fucking ring.
Thank you,
What's
Gronk.
this ring? I didn't realize we were looking for a ring.
No, don't worry about that.
I'm sorry.
All
I
right.
yelled.
No, you're fine. Shit happens. Take a few moments. Relax. Breathe. We're gonna handle this shit. We'll figure it out. Do you want a moment?
No, I'm fine. The only person who knows the truth is Bishop Redimni. And in all honesty, it feels nice to get it out.
Good, don't go running away from us then.
All right. And you see him stand, straighten out his armor, pick up his sword off the ground, tie it back around his waist, sling his backpack back around his shoulders. Thank you. And please, Den is still fine.
Absolutely. With that, he walks out of the room. Definitely a lot lower in morale than when he woke up this morning when you were talking to him earlier when he was at the table with Miyatsu. But he heads up above deck, waiting on all of you to head into Dragon's Bay. Everybody follow out, or are you guys gonna talk about him behind his back?
I mean, Twig had just been like staring at him, like, you know, pretty much this whole time, and just like watched him leave, and just kind of still just like looks towards the door. She's not doing anything in the immediate moment.
Brock wouldn't be gossiping. He'd just pick up his chest and anchor and just head up deck.
Before he does that, Nuff is just gonna like put out his hand for a second. Twig, Eurydice, can you give us a moment?
Okay.
Just walk out.
Nuff is gonna like walk in front of him and just kind of like gently close the door behind him. Remember how you asked me a few nights ago if you could trust me?
Aye.
I can trust you, right?
Of course you can.
All right. Let's go. And Alfie will just take a really long look at him and then open the door.
Okay. So, with that, as all of you head up above deck, you can see that on each side to your, let's see, that would be to your east, your south, and your west, you are flanked by land, with the only path out being northward. A massive, sprawling city in front of you that's going to take a hot second to load for a lot of you, as Dragon's Bay lays at your feet.
Oh shit, okay.
The massive city
Ooh.
that it is. The five of you exiting onto the dock. The sounds of...
Oh,
Are people moving? Oh no, those are leaves. I'm stupid.
Yeah, yeah, they're leaves.
I was like, huh?
And now,
That's
if all of you will
massive.
pick up the controllers and start Skyrim, we can go ahead and get started. Welcome to Solitude.
Oh god.
As that,
Wow, it's huge.
as you land in Dragon's Bay,
We're-
exiting off of the ship, the massive city sprawling in front of you, welcome to the home of Duradine Dupree.
Ugh, trash.
And
oh.
with that, that is where we are going to end tonight's session.
No wonder it's so fat. You know, because he's fat.
Yeah,
I'm
if
just
you'll
kidding.
look, there's
That was
actually
mean.
areas of the city named after him. So North
Ugh.
Dupree.
Ew.
Dupree Heights.
Disgust.
Yum 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 yum.
Dupree Heights.
Disgusting.
Lower Dupree. Oof.
The city is shaped like him, so there.
Yeah, with his squat neck and big old belly.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching so far. If you tuned in for the whole thing, a little over there with 5 minutes extra, but I hope that you enjoyed. I sure did. You know, if I'm being honest, the den thing was a little out of left field. That's not something that I totally expected to do tonight, because nobody up until this point had mentioned that you guys were working for Lord Bartold.
I mean,
Sos guys.
I mean, I guess it was. I don't know, man. I thought
Let's
we
be
had at
honest,
least said
it's-
his name once in front of him, but I
it's-
guess not.
well,
No.
It's typical fucking grok fashion to just say something important and just complete passing.
Oh yeah. No, it was because actually I think that if you go to the never mind, it's fucking broken. I wonder if I can find it here. But if you go Isles, yeah, cities, Iverions, yes, Iverion cities. If you go to Sandpoint, here I'll show it to you guys. The thing he was describing was actually the sigil to House Bartold, just without the bows.
Oh,
Is it
interesting.
all?
Yep.
Do it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and before he had talked about like his brothers, you know, like he had mentioned that, and
Yeah, but I don't know.
We just have brothers.
We did.
Yeah,
no,
put that
exactly. No,
together.
exactly. But it was like one of those
Oh
things
my
where like he
God.
was gonna mention that today for him to.
Family though. Ay.
Yeah. Heck yeah, man.
Cousins, Willow, cousins.
Hug was really
Man.
sweet. Oh, anyway, thank you all so much for watching a wonderful, wonderful session. As a reminder, there will be no Salamander Coast, Afera, or Isles for the next 2 weeks. So that means Isles will be back starting on May 1st is when Isles will be back. In the meantime, though...
I cry.
I cry. I do, too. In the meantime, though, on April 11th, tomorrow, at the normal runtime for Isles, from 3 to 7 Central Standard Time, we will be having a special episode of Roll Call, talking about the 3 different campaigns, and then the story as a whole that has now begun to unveil itself to the campaigns. So, thank you all so much for watching. I greatly appreciate you, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your evening. Goodbye!